Welcome back to another episode of the Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast. I'm your host, ill-minded Tazz, and to the right of me, we got the one and only Archie, man.
You know.
Archie boy in the building.
Mm-hmm. What's good?
And to the left of me, sometimes we call him a ghost. For the most, but he's here today.
Yeah. Back again.
He's the one and only Uncle D.
Long time no see, brother.
The great Uncle D.
Says always missed, never forgot.
Facts. That's a fact. I heard it. I got a comment today. Somebody said, "Pull up, Uncle D." Yeah. So you know what I mean? They've been missing you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm here.
But you know how we do this.
Oh,
I bought something, you know what I mean? I had a little vacation, went back to New York and shit. And I bought something back for the boys, you know? It's called Stone. It's technically Jamaican. It's Stone's ginger wine, you feel me? And I brought it back. We can't get it down here in Texas. So I said, let me bring it back for the boys so we can sip on it, you know what I mean? And talk like we always do, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard.
As long as I could go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's good.
Before we get all the way
You gotta tap the bottle. The fuck, bro?
Yeah, he's jumping the gun.
God damn. I bet you are. You just.
Alright. And before we get all the way into it, man, I want to thank everybody who likes and subscribes and shares, man, and comments.
Hell yeah.
You know where to find us. Keep looking for us. Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast. Anywhere on socials. Man, we couldn't do this without y'all. Y'all give us the motivation to keep going. So thank y'all.
That's a fact. You know what I mean?
Appreciate everything.
Yes, sir.
We gotta find a name for them boys. You know, like how everybody got a fan base name. I feel we should find one.
The Claimers had that. Oh no, man, I don't know. We gotta figure out something catchy.
The lyricists?
The lyricists like that. Yeah, the lyricists. Yeah, that might be it.
Might be our
What
shit.
y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. What y'all think about the
lyricists.
lyricists?
I hope nobody come and say that shit basic.
Yeah, shit ass.
Alrighty, you know how it goes.
Boy, this shit got me scared.
What?
Oh, I didn't think you gonna go. Ooh, I like it.
Spicy? You taste that ginger in it for real. Sweet. Sugary. You can tell they cane sugar.
I believe so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I must say, alright, my
Yeah, it do taste like cane.
probably is.
Cane sugar.
Oh, yeah. I think I taste some cane in there. I remember that.
All right, cool it, Escobar.
You know how we like to start. This how everybody been doing. You know what I mean? It's been for y'all. You know what I mean? It's been like what 2-3 weeks, and goddamn, them boys wasn't playing. I thought we were sipping on the shit, niggas.
I ain't never had it before. I had to get a good taste of it.
Yeah.
You like it?
It's spicy. It got a little ginger in the back of it.
Thank you, brother.
That ginger nice, ain't it?
Yeah, I like definitely with some ginger ale.
It's something to sit down and sip on when on what's it called? Nothing too heavy.
Sit down and sip.
Just sip. You know what I mean?
I could have used this while I was playing rematch today, but
And it's good to. I ain't gonna lie. Having that ginger wine is good to be around the bros with because you know you have fun with it. You feel me? So that's why I brought it back, and I brought back more bottles. But you know, that's for my.
I'll be passing through. Let's chill in the garage, bro. Let's take a seat. We'll talk a little bit.
Yeah, sit on the couch.
Don't bring that beer. Where that ginger wine at?
Yeah. But
So how
yeah.
everybody's been doing? You know what I mean? It's been a couple weeks since we've been back here. You know what I mean?
Oh, it has. Damn.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
long.
You know what I mean?
It's been a while since they seen me and you, but it's been a little bit longer since they done seen D. So let's start with you.
Yeah, bro, you been missing in action.
Where you? So how you been, D?
What's been happening?
Yeah, tell
I
us.
just,
Missed the whole episode about Diddy. Like, god
I
damn.
know. I seen it. I was like, yeah, good. I ain't lie. Denzel on some shit, bro.
That's what you got D stocks for. You feel me? How you been?
Don't ever change, bro.
At all.
Nah, bro, I'm good, you know. Dealing with life. Trying to see how this pay raise about to be looking in 2 days.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, see.
3 days.
Yeah.
Trying to see if they
Suspense is killing you, ain't it?
Well, I was going to decide if I stay here for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Stay
find
here.
another get your money, man.
Oh, not here, but
I'm about to say you got to make this clear. You said stay here? Like,
y'all ain't paying me enough. They don't pay me at all.
Man, so what? You asked them for a pay raise, or you?
Oh no, this is company wide.
Oh, company wide pay raise.
I mean, everything I've been hearing is just rumors. So just taking everything with a grain of salt. But last time they had a pay raise, they just upped it a penny.
A penny?
you ever hear some shit like that? A penny raise?
That's
Bro,
why. That's why I ain't telling them how I get paid. So.
That sounds like some 1930s Papa Warbucks ass. Everybody getting a penny. Buy your wife something nice.
And I bet you they were smiling while they said it.
Yeah, shaking everybody's hand while handing them a penny. It's
It was
crazy.
hype when they were announcing. Like, we got good news for everybody. You got a pay raise. Oh yeah, what is it? A penny. I'm like,
And we having a pizza party.
well, they do that every meeting. So we had the pizza there, and we're just like, oh, penny raise. I'm like,
Damn, you be like, damn, so
bro,
what? I can only get one slice of pizza today? God, yeah.
yeah, it hurts when you just hear a penny because
I mean, it hurts your heart.
I would have threw my hard hat down. I'm out.
So the way I get paid is by barrels and miles. I don't get paid by the hour.
What?
Yeah. So, and those are paid by like cents. It's not even. It's like a little over 50 cents a mile.
50 cents a mile.
Nah, like.
Is it 50
I'm trying to
cents?
remember because I haven't checked my shit since I got max pay.
Max pay? You already hit max?
Yeah, I'm at senior pay, bro.
Damn. Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
That damn was insane too. Like we felt your pain on that one. 50 cents max. All right.
It's like, if I remember right, I think like 61 cents a mile, like 30 to 40 cents a barrel, something like that.
Damn, bro.
And the thing is, I get 3 to 4 loads a day, each one ranging from like, I think the lowest I ever took was like 170 to 185 barrels max. So that's like 3 times a day, 5 days a week. It all adds up.
Yeah.
And I drive about like, say between 150 to 300 miles a day.
Damn. So yeah, you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, it like I said, it adds up once you put everything together. But I don't tell people.
crazy,
I'll be
though.
still telling people like, yeah, last time I got a pay raise, it was a penny.
Yeah, bro.
Facts, bro.
Nigga said, we paying you $18.01. It's crazy. Thank you, guys.
You doing good.
Y'all made us $1 billion this year. Thank you. Here's a penny. That's how these fucking.
It's crazy. They actually be making.
You serious? Fuck. When you realize that the operation is crazy. But shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's work, home life, dealing with some things, but it's all good,
How about you, Archie?
growing. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Finish your thing. Finish
I
what you're
was
saying.
just gonna say, Serenity's growing fast, and walking.
She walking now.
Oh, she walking, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's
I mean,
good.
she's real clingy though. I can't even put her down because she want me.
She's
to
a
pick her
daddy's
up.
girl.
Sometimes.
Good.
When she
right.
wants something.
She know
where to go,
She
yeah.
know how to wrap him around that finger.
That's how all daughters are.
Try to put her to bed at night. She want mommy. You know what I mean?
Damn. Well, it happens.
Yeah. Mommy more soft. I'm too tough. Can't fall asleep on me.
Well, you gotta, you know what I mean? One of us gotta be tough.
I thought the fat would help, but
Not this time.
yeah, that's it.
How about you?
Man, I've been coasting, really. Trying to stay motivated, man. I think it's time for me to take a vacation myself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just got a lot going on outside of the house, outside of the podcast, outside of the music, outside of work. It just feels like here lately the world been like on my back, and I just need an escape just for a little bit. Yeah, just to get my head right, because I feel like a robot instead of a human. You know what I mean? You know, when you can start feel like I'm just in the same motion every day, and like it kind of, you know, that burnout feeling. But it's not just work, it's
everything.
It's life in general. It's like I don't know when the last time we just had some pure unadulterated fun, you know.
Hell yeah.
You know, where a nigga didn't have to worry about anything the next day. You know, nigga just wake up, hop on the Xbox
and just
order some pizza
and just
do it all. Yeah,
just zone out.
You know, it's just been a minute since I've been able to do that, and I think it's just time. It's time for some me time. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I need some me time.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I've been highly blessed and favored. Man, I got a lot going on, upgrading in a lot of ways in my life. It's getting to a point where I'm starting to make some decisions that are going to be beneficial in the future. You know, got to sit back and wait for them to manifest and start showing fruits. You know, so maybe a year or two from now. But other than that, yeah, man, my home life good. Home work life balance is starting to try to figure itself out. New baby on the way still, you know. Kids getting big, yapping as much as they can, you know what I'm saying? Spoiled as all get out. But yeah, life good. I just need some time, you know.
Yeah.
I need some Archie time.
Everybody need that one.
Yeah.
Hell fucking yeah.
So what about you, Tazz?
Man,
I know you just got back from the Big Apple.
You know what I mean? Went back to New York, you know what I mean, hometown. I've been good, and I ain't gonna lie, that vacation was needed, you feel me? Been a lot. I ain't gonna lie, and just been a lot mentally. That New York kinda made me figure out some shit when it comes down to me personally. There's a lot that's gonna be changing. Me and Uncle D done talk about it off air or whatever. There's a lot more of, put it like this, I've gave a lot for people, but it's time for me to pour into me, you feel me? And
I feel that
and
brim, my boy.
That's where it's at, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things I ain't gonna say, you feel me? Because there's a lot of things I can deal with personal and other people's personal. And, you know, it goes back to that episode of the mental health and men's mental health, you feel me, sometimes. And, you know, they already called me the therapist, you feel me? But, yeah, your therapist need vacation too, you feel me? You feel me? And that's where I'm at with it, you know what I mean? Staying with everything, you know, new baby on the way. You know what I mean? Baby boy, I'm excited for that, you know what I mean? Especially every time I see him. Yeah. Like when I talk to him, I talk to him almost every night, and you know, seeing him move. So I feel like I got a boy that's me. You feel me? So besides that, you know, I mean, everything been good. Like that vacation, I ain't gonna lie, that vacation was needed for me personally.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Speaking about the baby thing, even though I know I see the baby, I feel the baby move, it's like my brain is like, where's the baby? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're ready. Yeah, well, it's more like, damn, like, it's like, man, I gotta see this baby. You know, it's not like I know my child's in there. It's just, I don't know if it's really hit me yet, basically, like, until, like, that moment I get to hold him. Yeah. I guess because, you know, my kids is, you know, they already, again, I think I've said this multiple podcasts, like I never even thought I would be a father to one child, let alone 3. You know what I'm saying? And so it still shocks me, like, damn, I got kids. But yeah, you know, oh man.
And you see with me, you know what I mean, having damn near a teenager all the way down to now I'm about to have a baby, it's like a different, conversations is different from all of them. Conversations is different personalities from all of them. So it's like, for me, it's like, it's really, to me, I look at things where it's like, sometimes you take things for like granted in moments, until you take a step back and go like, damn, bro, like these are your kids, and you can see the difference in all of them and see what they aspire to be, and all you hope is for the best for them. All you hope is whatever God bless for them, just hopefully they get poured in that blessing and follow their path. And you know what I mean, just make me be proud as a father. You know what I mean, I may be a hard one, you know what I mean, because I'm like Uncle D, I am the hard one, and compared to Mama's the nurturer, you know, I'm the structurer, like we said last time. But it still makes me proud to see their path and how good they're doing and how they are, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, outside of what other people might see, how goofy they can be on the other side of when they home, and how goofy they all want to be sometimes. They go like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah, bro.
What the hell?
Yeah, bro.
It just makes me proud to be a father, you know what I mean? More and more, it just makes me proud. And I ain't gonna lie, I had my worries because like, damn, I'm starting over again after my youngest is 5 or 6 now. But now I'm just more like, the more he moves and the more I see, I'm just excited to see him. Like, I'm like, man, can't wait till you come out here. I want to see it, and I want to hold you.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, for real. You know, like, to be quite honest, man, that's where mentally, like you said, with these kids, man, I see my daughter is one way, my son is totally opposite of my daughter. You know, they share some similarities in like traits, like as in like the way they act, and I can see me in them, you know what I'm saying? And I guess part of my brain is like, I wonder what this one's gonna be like you know, and like, cause it's just bringing life into this world, man. It's a special thing, and it's unique because you're right, man. They all got their own personalities. They all gonna grow up and do their own things one day.
Yeah.
I seen this video, and it made me sit back and just like really realize, like, enjoy these moments, because like dude was saying, man, most of the time, you know, your kids, they'll be adults, but this time, like, where they're young and you're stepping over toys and you're cleaning up messes and you're doing all that, it's the only time that they'll ever be yours before they're the world's, and you gotta hold on to that. Like, and it made me realize, like, soak it in, let them be them, you know, teach them the right way, because you know, right around 12, 13 years old. Yeah, because sooner or later the conversation is going to be about like new jobs and relationships and stuff like that. So, you know, you don't ever get to see them as a baby again, you know.
That's a fact.
So hold on to these little moments, man.
That's what I'm trying to do, bro. Like,
Hey, you got
just watching her. I know I got time,
baby
but
girl.
She growing quick, bro. Like, we almost
Time
had 2 years, bro.
Yeah, time moves fast, bro.
And like, you know, it's like the growth, the speed of the growth, bro, from newborn to where she at now is like, I don't know where the time went. And
yeah, it seems like
my wife always telling me, right, yo, you know, time going by so quick, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I want her to grow up so I could like run around, do things with her, but at the same time, it's like you don't want it to go that fast. And
don't worry, she'll always be baby girl, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm always protect her and try to show her, like, all the things I've learned growing up, I'm definitely gonna try to
implement, man.
Yeah,
man, that's the important part, man.
That's why I always say that picture. I took a picture when I was in New York, and sometimes sometimes you gotta sit back and admire the view, and that's within everything. You gotta sit back and admire the view in life, in relationship, and you know what I mean, with your kids. I said, because I ain't gonna lie, like as we got older, sometimes I feel like time moves fast, but it's like I feel like we in that race with time, because there's so much that we want to do, there's so much that we want to accomplish, and we look at even like our age, we be like, damn, I'm already 32, 33, like fuck, I feel I haven't got nowhere. But we never take a step back and just admire how far we've came through everything like that we've been through like just me personally going through the down times of a little bit personal, getting evicted to where I'm at now, you feel me? From going to being a janitor to now I'm a fucking field supervisor. Like, we never sit back and realize that, yo, no matter what you've gone through, you have accomplished a lot in life. No matter if you feel it, if other people might look at it as minuscule, but to you, it's a bunch of big steps that you've taken. Because, like you said, with you being a father, a lot of us may, like for me personally, you know what I mean? Boss man gave me a text today that kind of made me sit up there and just had to appreciate, because it was a chance that was taken on me 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And look as far as I came in the company I'm with now, you feel me? Like, I would have never thought that, no matter what, you feel me? So it's like sometimes you just got to sit back and admire how far and admire the view. Just sit back and go like, damn, bro, I really did do a lot, you feel me? I really came a long way. You know what I mean? For us, from being in Canarsie and Brooklyn and all type of shit. And you going from, bro?
The whole 20s was just, bro, I don't know what the hell happened in my 20s. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I can't tell you, that shit went by fast, bro. But it's like I feel like I'm just, where I'm at now, I'm just happy. Like, you just gotta sit back and just be happy and be grateful and thank God that you are seeing what you're seeing now and how far you make it. Like I said, me being 32, I lived 32 strong years, and I'm trying to live a lot more, you feel me? I ain't putting no number on it. I'm trying to live a lot more. Just to see, I want to see.
Old and gray with wifey, bro.
Damn right. Sitting and rocking chairs. Remember me, Sonny?
Yeah.
On that lawn, you feel me? Like, I'm
dream, man.
That's the dream.
Goal. That's what we all racing towards, man. Mm-hmm. Some of us, I guess there's some people out there who, you know, they just rather be, you know, by themselves. But, man, my goal.
Teach his own.
Yeah. Now, one day, man, being old and gray, my grandkids running around on my feet, you know what I'm saying, looking out at a sunset, you know, just being like, yeah, you know, this is the life, man.
That's a fact.
But you know what this all makes me think of, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. We sit here, we got really deep real quick, but leave it up to niggas like Tyler, the Creator, to confiscate all our goddamn podcast equipment. Yeah.
We just here chilling.
We went talking shit with the boys.
Chilling with the boy.
Yeah, this nigga, you know, I get where he's coming from. Where he, you know, I can't remember the exact quote, but him saying like,
I think he just said, podcasts are stupid. Like, basically, no one's smart. Well, with what they saying, everybody's just talking shit. You know, not giving like facts, which I get it. But the thing is, podcasts are just people voicing their opinion on shit.
yeah,
That's the truth about it.
Nothing got to be facts.
Yeah.
I mean, if your podcast is focused around giving facts to people,
yeah,
cool.
But to me personally, is if you're reporting something. You know what I mean? If you're sitting up there reporting a lot of things that's happening, then to me is like, give your facts on what you're reporting on. Because you don't want to go into something, having a conversation that you have not researched, you have not done no homework on it, and you know, you just saying shit out your ass, and now it's like, now you sound stupid when you say it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that aspect, but a lot of podcasts is really opinions on certain things that's happening either in the world, music, entertainment, whatever they want to talk about, anime, whatever. It's a lot of people's opinions, and that's what it's about. Is pretty much coming in with, because I feel like there's a lot of things that we think that a lot of people out there is thinking the same shit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is
and we just voicing it. You feel me?
Yeah, this most podcasts, right? Definitely like just sit down and talk podcasts. They're like, man, I didn't know there was other people who thought like me.
Exactly.
That's why people listen to it. You know, but I do understand where he coming from when he says like, damn, we need more doctors and firefighters and shit like that.
I got the post that I seen it, and I hope this is what he actually said. So I'm gonna just read it off of this post. Mm-hmm. So it's basically Tyler, Creator, why we should ban podcasts. He says, I think we give a lot of people who aren't smart and just want attention platforms to be loud and incorrect, and other stupid people follow them. Where are the people with skills? The electricians, we need more drummers, painters, teachers. Everybody with a mic is crazy. I just think that shit is gross.
Yeah, I think that's the quote, yeah.
But here's the thing.
See, but he gets to state his opinion like it's facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And here's my thing. You got to realize the era that we are in. When you sit up here, especially let's say after COVID, because I'm gonna say COVID, when you sit up here and you realize that people could go online and just entertain based off of what started off with dancing, to now you realize that dancing turned into revenue for them. What do you think everybody else gonna do? We're gonna try to do the same thing. We're gonna try to go ahead and go like, damn, if they found the easy way out, even though it's not easy because you still got to do a lot of work behind it. You know what I mean? How to situate yourself, get your popularity up, get monetized and all that. There's a lot more work you have to do behind on the business aspect and branding yourself when you understand that. But you can't expect nobody not to sit down there and try. Just like with music, just like with art, just with anything. Everybody's going to sit down there and try, because you can't say that and then you got to look at yourself as an artist and say, who did you follow?
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking about music-wise. Like, you got all this music out here, but if no one ever tried, how you gonna know what's good or not?
Exactly.
And look,
I'm not gonna sit here and say all podcasts are great. Like,
yeah.
And same thing with music and everything. We're not gonna sit up here and say everything that comes out is good or great.
Yeah, not all of Tyler's songs are amazing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, just like him, he took a risk on himself, tried, and he became successful in that. You can't sit up there and say that, because to me it's like you stifling other people that you probably haven't listened to, because there's a amount of podcasts that's out here. You can't come and tell me who you referencing from, because like I said, to me, you gotta, if you want to make that statement, you gotta say who you referencing. Well, how many podcasts have you listened to that you find is stupid and what's it called? Because at the end of the day, yes, there's people that's gonna state opinions that you go like, God damn, bro, like, did you really do your research? And that's fair on that. But that's also taking shots of a lot of us that's really done the homework, that's really actually putting out good content, that's actually really trying to do this as a business and a brand that's going forward.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're taking shots at us, and it's the same thing as we got to take shots back, because at the end of the day, you did the same thing. You had a dream of doing music, or you followed a path that was already established by somebody else. Nobody looked at you and go like, damn, shit, you doing stupid music just like all these other stupid artists. Nobody's saying that, bro.
I look at it like this. That man talking shit about podcasts had a very podcasty ass take.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to voice your opinion, but just because you did it in an interview or you made a post on Twitter don't mean it's any different. I look at it like this though, right? Like, yeah, is he right in some aspect? Yeah, there is a lot of people who make podcasts who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just on here yapping. They ain't really involved. They like, I like this thing, so I'm gonna talk about this thing, but they not really a part of this thing.
Yeah.
Like, let's take our podcast for instance, right? We talk about music, but we also talk about personal things. We talk about social things. We talk about what's going on, but all these things we kind of talking about outside first. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're all three different individuals. We got different point of views and different ways we see these things.
That's a fact.
But we get as much information as we can, and then we make an educated opinion off of those things. At the end of the day, Tyler, the Creator, you know, I feel like he got the right to say what he want. But at the end of the day, like y'all are saying, there ain't, like, why stifle somebody's dreams?
That's a fact.
No, I mean, just like, I'm pretty sure there was probably somebody who in his career was telling him, you probably shouldn't rap, dude. Nobody's gonna understand this shit. Nobody's gonna feel this shit. Yep. Like, definitely this Tyler, the Creator. He's the most oddball of them all, right? Somebody definitely was in his ear saying, you shouldn't do this shit. That shit you're doing is actually stupid, right? But did he listen? No,
he went in to succeed. I
think motherfuckers are it's just getting to a point where, yeah, in the entertainment space and sphere, everybody's trying to be something, right? Mm-hmm. You got, everybody wants to be an influencer, podcaster, TikToker, whatever, you know, and it muddies the water. Yeah, because I think we had this conversation not too long ago, like, in a world where you show everybody how easy it is to blow up just off the internet, what do you think people are going to do?
They're going to try.
Yeah, who do you blame for that?
Exactly, because like we said, if you got to talk about it, it goes back to the Vine days.
Yeah.
That's where it all started. King Batch, everybody, them boys from LA, you know what I mean, that started it when the Logan Paul and Jake Paul, it started there. They showed us a way that you could tell that a lot of us probably never thought of. Then it went into YouTube, where we said it again, Hodge Twins, when you had Dormtainment, Trabas, all these guys that came in, Hot Damn I Rock, they came in and showed us a way that we never thought could have been possible. So, fast forward 2020, TikTok came around, same thing again. You showed us a way that you never thought it was possible. So at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, you can't stifle, and even in the music industry, people that's getting hot now based off of TikTok and whatever, is ways that it was an avenue that you could tell a lot of people never thought would have been more easier to do, but it ended up being unsaturated. But it does like everything else. You're just gonna weed out what it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's gonna weed out this own bullshit, but you gotta let that wave continue. I'll put it like this. At the end of the day, you have your right to your own opinion. You know what I mean? Tyler, the Creator, is still a dope artist, and I have nothing against him. The opinion that you make, hey, bro, you have the right to make your opinion, just like we have the right to make ours. Yeah. I just look at it as this. Let people find their way in their path. Because at the end of the day, some people's going to find this way and it's going to help them out later on in life. It's going to be successful. Some people might just do this for fun. Some people just look at this as, you know what, I just find a way to voice my opinion. Whoever listens. But you got to let people grow into their own path and do what they want to do until they realize, like, okay, cool, I'm done. This ain't for me, or whatever the case may be. Until they come to that point where it's, all right, cool, it is what it is.
Yeah, and you know what? It's human nature. Mm-hmm. Humans are going to find the least path of resistance. Mm-hmm. What's the saying in the oil field or in any job? Work smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you telling me I could possibly blow up on the internet yapping my opinions like Dante Kyle and end up being like big instead of having to go to work at some warehouse? I'm gonna try. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, I remember back in high school, and the coaches would be real with us. They were like, man, there's such and such amount of number of high schools in the United States, and there's only such amount of positions that you can get drafted for in the NFL. You know, you got to be the best if you want to get. There's a millions of young men just like you going for the same thing. What's gonna make you stand out? You know what I mean? And that's the same thing in anything, right? Doesn't matter what you do. When it comes to this music, when it comes to this podcasting, when it comes to dream chasing, what it is, dream chasing, because everybody got dreams, everybody chasing after them. Some of them fail, some of them give up, but you know what? When you get close to that finish line, you still got people you got to beat out. And at the end of the day, so like, I don't want to tell nobody not to chase their dreams, because I'd be damned if somebody tell me not to chase mine. Facts. But if you got any doubt within your heart, maybe you should focus on something else. Because I don't know anybody who achieves when they full of doubt. You self-sabotaging at that point. So I can understand. I will piggyback off of him, bro. Go if your heart and soul ain't in it, go be an electrician. Go be
try something else.
A carpenter.
Yeah, I mean, try something else, because sometimes what you think is for you may not be for you. Yeah, you feel me? Like I said, look at us, bros. We 25 episodes in. We've been doing what we got to do. We got a lot of feedback. We know where we at. You feel me? Then this is dreams, and this is just one half of the dream. Yeah, you feel me? And we still doing thing on music, and then we already getting received on that one. So all I can say to y'all, bro, for one, Tyler, I understand where you coming from, but the other half of that, to be honest, I ain't with it. Let them boys do what they gotta do to figure shit out in life, because that's what everybody does. We gotta figure it out. And to everybody else, continue following your goals and chase your dreams. Like Archie said, chase that shit until you realize this is for you or this ain't for you.
Yeah, fuck what people say.
Fuck that. And like my daddy said, don't ever what if yourself. You feel me? Do what you gotta do. Don't have to question that shit after. You feel me?
Yeah, shit. Once you build fans and people seeing you outside of, just off the internet, in the street, and they congratulate you, telling you how good the pod is or whatever you're doing, and they just, giving you that that motivation to keep going.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's like getting off stage when everybody starts dabbing you up, and you like, you like,
good, bro.
Man, I should keep doing this shit. You know,
no matter what.
But like, when the more positive shit I hear about, and like the more I hear people being like, oh yeah, I caught that episode of your podcast. It's like,
it makes you feel good because somebody's actually paying attention to what you're doing.
So don't give up on your dreams.
Oh, no,
if you're gonna give up on them anyway, just like we tell people coming to you go to a job, right? You go to a job, you like, I'm actually gonna quit in about 2 weeks. Why the fuck start the job in the first place? That's the same thing with this, man. If you ain't gonna put your best foot forward, don't even attempt it, because all you doing is muddying the water and making it harder for people who really care and who really want to do this thing. That's the truth. Speaking of stupid shit though, on podcasts, let's try to switch lanes here a little bit.
Is it podcast or radio?
Podcast, radio. What's the fucking difference nowadays? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all the same. I mean, to be honest, podcasting took the place to radio. Yeah. Nobody. I mean, name a radio talk show nowadays.
I don't know when last I listened to radio.
Yeah, bro.
No, I don't think nobody do really.
I think it will be. So Mexican OT. I think it's Angela Yee. I swear to God, he was with Angela Yee on whatever podcast, whatever she got. Mm-hmm. Bro, and this is a topic that we were talking about a couple
three episodes.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're not doing this on purpose, I promise. But yeah, it's crazy. Mexican OT on that. Yeah, if you would, sir, we don't want Tyler the Creator getting mad at us. Let's figure out what he was on. But yeah, bro, Mexican OT, man, the fuck was that shit, bro? And maybe it's the Hennessy, but
I told you that man on Demon Time. Man brought Hennessy. He was on Demon Time today.
But bro, what was that? You get asked, what do you feel like? All right, and I get it. You standing on business, right? You standing on business. That's what you're trying to do, right? You say, who's gonna stop me?
Hold on. Before we clarify, let me know, because I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's going on here with Mexican OT. I've been on vacation, my boy. I've been tapped out. So you gotta let me know what's going on.
I was trying to figure out what fucking pod he was on.
So look, like I said, look up, and it gotta be. It's on the internet. Yeah, it was with Angela Yee.
Was it with Angela Yee?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, look, let me break it down to you while he looking that up, right?
All right, cool.
So basically, interview, it's like 3 women in Mexican OT. 3 women, I mean, you know, Angela, you know, everybody of color a little bit, you know what I'm saying, right?
Is it a lip service thing?
Lip service, yeah.
There you go. See, so look, on the Lip Service podcast, right? One of them asked him along the words, not a perfect quote, but what do you feel about people saying you shouldn't say the N-word? You know, this man quite literally, he banters a little bit, and then he says, man, where's some black men in? I wish there were some black men in the room. And and they start saying, oh, there's this guy, that guy. And then he says, basically, what anybody gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? This is the way I grew up. These the people I hung out with. This, that, and the third. Wow. Now I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. What anybody gonna do about it? I want somebody to do something about it. Basically, just sitting there being like, I'm gonna say what I want to say. You ain't gonna stop me. Which, granted, who is gonna stop the man? Right?
Facts.
Let's talk about it. Right?
That's true. Because
who is gonna sit there and be like, hey, Mexican OT, unless it's somebody in his circle, right? You know, look at the world. The conversation. Go back to the other episodes. The conversation we had. It has become such a word that it doesn't have a meaning anymore. The only meaning, it's just a word that sounds good and it puts a little flavor on your goddamn tongue nowadays, right? Let's be honest, man. As much as we try to fight for that word, it's almost like it's pointless.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So think about it like this. So who is actually going to stop it? Millions of African Americans listen to this man's music or have listened to this man's music. There's only, I guess, a handful. It's not been that big of a uproar about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, why wouldn't he have that cocky ass attitude? That's me playing devil's advocate. But in the reality is, what I think is crazy, going into a podcast asking for black men in a room predominantly full of black people, saying who gonna do something about it, is a fucking cockiness and a fucking ego trip that is.
Cause you could have went a different way about it.
Nigga is Icarus in looking at the sun, my boy, flying straight to that bitch. You didn't think
bars.
You didn't think. First off, the internet was gonna start getting in your ass, my boy, which they did. But to be. It's just wild because I just don't understand I guess for what it is, it kind of felt disrespectful on some level. You know what I mean?
It's because like we said before, like even in New York, like it was more of the black and the Spanish people that said, nigga, I ain't never heard no white boy or even Asian that I ran into that said nigga. But I was used to anyone Spanish. They wouldn't even use it that much. Once in a while you hear a nigga slip. I'm like, okay, but the thing that was disrespectful is when he he asked for black men in the area, and then said, "Who gonna stop me?" That's what kind of. I was like, all right, I'm used to.
Now you begging for somebody to run up on you.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
like, why you looking for black people to come and check you?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when somebody asks you a question like that, like real shit, you could have been professional about it, because what you said, like we said all before. If that's what you grew up on, that's all you had to say. You feel me? Like listen, bro. Like, I see where you coming from, but where I grew up at, this is what I got used to, and so it's been part of me because of and going forward. But what I mean, when you really looking for somebody to check you, now it kind of puts that thing where it's like
you basically calling us pussy.
Exactly.
Like real shit. Like now you're getting arrogant.
Mm-hmm. In the words of Country Wayne, got a little too much dip on your chip. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, it's like for real.
Because now you're getting arrogant and ignorant with this shit. You feel me? Because now it's like what we said last time. Now you got to pass, and really what it is really you got to pass, and now you looking for people to check you. And what happened if somebody did check you at that day, bro? Like, what was gonna happen next? Like, to me, how I'm looking at it is, respectfully, you could have respectfully say what you had to say without having to, because
the only
thing that had to be said was, I grew up you grew up around black people, so they use it around you. You used it around them.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Nobody ever said nothing to me back then. Yeah, I'm a part of the family.
As simple as that.
Yeah. So
you looking for black men to check you now? Now is a problem.
That's a problem.
But you see how quick he got humbled. He got humbled because now the people around him, I'm guessing from that post he made.
What, do you apologize?
Yeah, the apology.
Nah, bro, you can't apologize after you said that bullshit.
Yeah.
To me personally, here's my thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like for me personally, you can't apologize after you want to stand your ground the way you stand it. You literally asked for the shit until you got the repercussions. Now you want to apologize. Bullshit.
Well, look, I look at it this way, because motherfuckers gonna fuck up, right?
I understand.
So dude had to somebody had to sit him down and be like, you made an ass of yourself, right?
But here's my thing. I understand that. I'm not saying that nobody's gonna fuck up. But the thing about this is it literally took you after somebody had to really check your shit for you to come back and apologize. It shouldn't have took that. Because really and truly, if it was a question of, how do you feel about using the N-word, even though you're not black or whatever the case may be, because like I said, I don't know the clip or whatever, is a way to do it, especially how they like to put us as artists and whatever the case may be. There's always a way to do certain things. But when you ask, it's like somebody asking for an ass whoop until they got their ass whooping, and they're like, oh shit,
honestly,
oh my god, I can't believe I got it.
What it sounds like is one of his black homeboys did exactly what he was asking for. Yeah, checked his ass at the front door. You know what I'm saying? And he had to realize, like, oh. But that also opens up the broader question, like, for real, though, like, think about Joe Budden. Not Joe Budden. Fat Joe. Speaking out of speaking out of turn. But Fat Joe, man, Fat Joe, Big Pun, them, you know, like.
Oh shit! The amount of times I heard him say nigga.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, like you got to think as a Hispanic person or somebody with growing up listening to that shit. They think, oh, it's cool. That's probably why half them the Hispanics in Texas say that shit.
I can say, but in New York,
but the same
it was
thing,
like a normal thing.
That's what I'm saying. The same thing he said is the thing about it is you grew up with it, and that's why I said what I said. Is the fact of the matter is you got kind of cocky and arrogant about it, and it's like you asked for that ass whooping.
Yeah.
Fat Joe didn't ask for the ass whooping. He already said who he grew up about.
Yeah.
So you already knew what his culture was about. Even though he's Hispanic, you already knew who he grew up around. So it's like that acceptance of, okay, cool, I know you grew up with, you knew what it was, and you said what it is. He never come and said, who gonna check me on it? Who gonna stop me? That is true. You feel me?
Yeah, that is true. Been a lot different.
Yeah, it would have been a little easy. In which I understand, right?
That's
I'm kind of playing devil's advocate for OT, but at the same time, like I do understand, like because the old boy, that is the conversation there to be had. Is like we fucking did this to ourselves. Mexican OT is the ultimate version of. Maybe we shouldn't have ever let motherfuckers have. You know, back to what we said. We should have stopped this shit in the fucking 90s.
It's too late.
It's too fucking late now. But we should. But that's and then
after the first song came on,
what happens when the first white boy, which I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact,
I'm sure
there's already. I'm pretty sure there's a country rapper out there right now that says the N word.
Somebody says.
Yeah, but like what happens when people? Yeah, what we gonna do now? When he goes on a podcast and be like, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. I wish somebody would. You know what I mean?
Technically speaking.
There's the thing. I mean, the man's mixed. Logic. I know.
Is he? I mean, it's a little awkward when he says it, though, ain't it?
The man look white.
Yeah, but you know he got black in him, so you're like, I guess he has the pack.
It's a slippery slope. Like you really gotta dig deep into his back. Yeah. Like, yo,
if he would have had more 4C hair, a little more tighter curls to kinks, I wouldn't feel so weird about it.
Like Joyner. Because he mixed.
But he looked like
that's the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
He looks more.
He more like light skinned motherfucker.
Yeah, you would think that's a brother.
Who else mixed, bro?
I want to say Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
he mixed.
Yeah, I think his mom is like.
But you see, he looks more black. So the second he says it, you know what's gonna question him.
Yeah,
it's just how you look. Logic, no, he says it.
Drake, even Drake, you be like. You can say it. We see the nose and the mustache on your daddy. We know
what your parents look like.
Because Drake looks a lot. He does look like a perfect fusion between a African American and a Jewish person. Like you gotta think, bro. Like for real, don't he? Like that fucking lumpy head that he got.
Episode 25. Baby.
Look, hey, you know what I was thinking about? Look, not to switch topics. Not to switch topics. But remember when Drake used to wear the fucking polos and shit, and then he would wear the brim on his hat, and he'd be like, yeah, you know, all that shit. You know, he would do all that extra shit. Man, you know, it is crazy how niggas nigga got some money and became gangster and shit.
Well, shit, ain't that all artists? Well, I'm trying to think of it now. Like, what artists didn't switch up from their beginnings to after they got money? You can't even say. Yeah, pass me a carrot, bro. My bad. Got you. I wouldn't even say just artists. Like anyone famous, I guess. No, I can't even say famous. Just anyone that gets money. You know, you poor before. You shopping at what's them stores? Route 21 and shit.
Yeah.
Now you get some money.
The only
everything
nigga that
Gucci and designer.
I
mean, at one point, this man was dripped the fuck out, and then man started wearing home clothes.
They just say, "This is literally how I be dressed at home."
And grew his hair. You know, I say, "Yo, just whatever I woke up with, that's what I'm wearing for the day."
Yeah. I opened this earlier, but I'm shooting a video in it later.
Shout out to Jay. I feel, man, I ain't gonna lie. That seems like one of the most humblest person I've ever seen, though.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it. One of the most humblest person you ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, but isn't it quite obvious? Like, man, you grow up broke, you grow up poor. Let me tell you, this is the first time trying this.
Bear from the Caribbean. Carib. Yeah, man.
Hopefully this is good. Let's see.
What you mean? I told you already, bro.
What you think?
It tastes like a better version of Corona, but also it reminds me of Miller High Life. I like that.
I told you it's better.
Yeah, I like that. And it's a lager, which is Miller Lite's a light lager. So I think I could quite naturally get into that.
I like how the audience looking at this and said, that man went from talking hot shit.
Just cut the whole shit up.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, he talking about beer.
Sorry, guys. But look.
This is what you get out of this podcast.
Yeah, hey, we all over the place.
all over the place.
Keep up, Mo. But anyway, like I was saying, bro, like, I honestly think it's quite natural, right? You go from being broke, you know, you gonna step your swag up. What I talk about with Drake, which to me is just so weird, the whole I went from a soft Jewish actor kid in Canada to now all of a sudden I'm talking about running around with guns, putting holes in people's heads, and mob ties this, mob ties that. I got the braids, I got the fade, I got all this shit, you know what I'm saying? To me, sometimes, look.
He had the money, then he went different, bro.
Yeah,
he went
look,
gangsta.
I think what it is, you know, it's a materialistic thing. Because let's take me for example. I feel like, which I'm not rich, so I can't speak for Rich James, but I feel like all I would want to do is buy all the fancy shit that I never could afford, right? I don't think my personality would change. I wouldn't all of a sudden start showing up in videos like I'm fucking Scarface, and I got 1,000 niggas that I done paid $1,000 just to be there. Yeah, acting like I just was moving all the weight in Midland, Texas. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but
it's when he got the fur coat in the summertime.
Yeah, but because I feel like there's a difference between like upgrading your style, as in like dressing better, because who wouldn't? If I could only afford a JCPenney suit, but now I got the money for a Gucci suit, why not buy the Gucci suit?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes when you look at some of these outfits, is it really dressing better though?
Some of this shit is crazy.
Because
remember the big rubber red boots?
I was like, why y'all buying that?
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, to me personally,
Niggas was buying it.
It was trendy. To me personally, I won't wear it because there's no reason for me to fucking wear it. But I'm just saying, sometimes I look at this fashion as more about the name, like it always is, who designed it or whatever. But I look at some of these, the drip, and I'm like, no. Like, hell no. Like, I'm sorry. Some of this thing do look, for me personally, and this is my opinion, I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, some of the shit look goofy. Like, from whoever they get it from, and it's thousands of dollars, and I get it.
We don't know. They probably got a stylist helping them out, and that's what they suggested.
The stylist is like, look, this is the hottest shit on the streets.
I don't give a damn what's the hottest shit on the street. For me, and this, like, y'all need to know, this ill-minded Tazz. Like, I'm gonna do what's me, bro. I'm not gonna wear something that I feel like, nah, bro, this ain't my style, this ain't my swag, this ain't me.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people do switch up, and yes, like we say, when you get more money, it's the same thing. People gonna try new things. If you're gonna wear Gucci, you're gonna wear Gucci. If you're gonna wear Louis, you're gonna wear Louis. There's a lot of Christian Dior and all that Balenciaga and even more.
Speaking of Balenciaga, that's some ugly ass shit, and people be acting like it is the best shit ever.
Wasn't that the company that did all that bullshit for sale, bro? Like,
yeah,
trash bags and all types of weird shit.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like, who buying this shit, bro?
It's funny when somebody said, yo, this the same shit. This the same shoes that look like Skechers. They just put Balenciaga on there. Shit went from $59.99 to $900.99. Like, shit crazy.
When Kanye West and his Yeezy, like, he was selling that whole line of clothes that had holes in the shirts, you made you look like a homeless person. And niggas was buying that shit for
it's a trend, bro.
Yeah, it's just trendy.
To me, sometimes
that's very true.
And that's the bad part about it. You follow trends and not really follow you. And that's why I said, like, with the fashion shit, that's why I said, for me personally, like, turning into that wave. Sometimes for me, it looks like man, you just doing this because the name is not for you. And that's what a lot of people do. They wear certain clothes. And no, I'm not going to say for a lot of people, because you know what? This is just my opinion. I just look at things where it's like, I can't wear it. Because you know why? That ain't me. I'm not going to wear something that don't represent me or don't fit me just because there's a name behind it. I don't care who the designer is. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much you even paying me. I'm not doing it, because at the end of the day, for me, sometimes that part feels like, am I selling out just because it's a high name designer? If you're going to design something for me, design something that I want to wear. Yeah. Design something that fits me, who I am. Not because, it's because of X, Y, and Z. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not into fashion. I ain't gonna name no names because I don't know no names. But I'm not gonna do that. I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna do that. For everybody that does it, kudos to you. You know what I mean? That's you do what you want to do. I'm not.
I think the only way that you'll know I have money is, I'll buy some slightly more expensive Jordans because I like the different colorways and styles. But other than that, you just gotta look out for the car I'm driving.
I'm about to say it's a cars. For me, it's gonna be cars.
Right now,
you gonna see the car, and then he gonna that nigga doing something different.
I ain't gonna lie, I like clothes. I like clothes. I like having nice shit to wear. I like just stepping out. My grandpa was the sharpest man in the city. Whenever he put that shit on, right? So I kind of grew up with that part. So you would know. You'd be like, man, that don't look like
you talking about
Walmart
in the summertime?
No. They gonna be like, oh man, that where you? It might be a plain looking.
He's sweating over there.
It might look like a plain collar shirt, but it's gonna have like something on it.
Fur coats.
I just like looking nice, man. I like looking clean cut and fresh.
Archie gonna be that boy that gonna get that Gucci shirt, and he gonna go to the dry cleaner and say, yeah, you can't wash this. We gotta dry clean.
I'm gonna pull up like Cameron with the pink fur, with the pink Jeep. They gonna come out with a pink do-rag acting brand new, throwing blue dollar bills at people's faces.
If I see it on the street,
once I see you do this shit, I'm gonna say, you see, this why you couldn't give this nigga money.
You should never give niggas money, boy. We should never give niggas money. Go back,
bro. This about talk about coming out pink fur and all type of shit.
To be honest though, I do like clothes, but if I say, man, if I'm gonna change anything, it's gonna be the status of the shit around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna upgrade house-wise.
Hell yeah.
You know, buy some land. You know what I'm saying?
We could be like Redman. Stay in the old house and save your money.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I'm spending that money. I'm getting a house.
Let me ask you this.
Upgrade.
Because this is something I'll be thinking about. All right, you get all of a sudden you come into about $10 million. What would you like? I think about this. So you got the option of a $500,000 house or a $2 million home. I mean, you know.
What would I choose?
Yeah.
First and foremost,
if I get the $2 million home, I'm making a bunch of kids, bro. Because hold on, fill the rooms. These $2 million homes be having 6 bedrooms.
Not all of them. Drive up and down the streets of building,
I'm spending $2 million. You think I'm not having 6 bedrooms?
Hold on, because I ain't gonna lie to you. It depends on what region you in. Number one.
Guess what? My apartment got a $3.5 million house with like 6 rooms.
Relax.
All right.
I've seen, first and foremost, that same 3.6. Like I said, depending on what region you in, because I've seen a 3.2 and it's a 3-bedroom too. So relax.
That's wild.
Exactly.
3
and I've seen a 750 and it's 6 bedrooms in San Antonio. Relax, bro. Mm-hmm. But I'll take that 500,000. I ain't gonna lie to you. Depending on how much rooms.
Like I said,
because
depending on the rooms, if that $2 million house, if that $2 million, wait, how much you said? You said 10 million total?
Yeah,
you got 10 million total.
10 million.
You got 500,000 or $2 million house.
Depending on how the $2 million house look, it's got to have a large front and backyard. They have 6 bedrooms or more. That's what I'm saying. I'll take that too. I take
but
that.
He never said that.
I'm just giving.
He said, I'm just getting deeper. He said, I'm breaking it down.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how I'm gonna take that $2 million. If you're telling me that $2 million house got 3 bedrooms, I'm taking that $500,000 house.
Look, this is what. To be quite honest,
bro.
If I didn't have plans on buying land and all that shit,
you don't see me come up with 6 kids.
I want to move into a house. You know that? Do you know the way the house on Boy Meets World look?
Yeah, that was a nice house.
All I want is that house. I don't. Hopefully, it's like I swear I drive by one of those.
It might be 500,
600,000. Yeah, but if I can
in the 90s.
Nah, in the 90s, that motherfucker was probably like
First and foremost,
it's not $1 million house right now.
First and foremost, let's be real. I almost got a house for 265 and had 5 bedrooms,
I know,
2 baths, and 2.5 baths. So at the end of the day, I'm a back on that 500.
Like I said, it all depends on what the
in
house
this
has.
region here, I feel I'll get a lot more for 500, and I'm not spending
Bro, I've seen 500,000.
fucking $2 million. I sit up there and pay 500, and I still save 1.5.
There's a house I drive past on Ward Street, like going north. And it reminds me of the Boy Meets World house so much. I'll be like, bro, we looked it up, and that bitch was running like 400 to like, I think, if I'm remembering right, it's like 400 to like the 600 range.
If you tell me both the 2 million and the 500,000 come with like 4 to 6 bedrooms, yeah, I'll take the 500,000.
I'll say my whole thing about it is what region, where we at.
Wherever you want to be.
Anywhere in the South, you're going to get a good deal.
Okay, the South, because he said where you want to be.
California, New York.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or
New York,
Cali.
$2 million is whatever we get now.
You got to pay $8. You living in Watts.
You know what I mean?
That was my father's house.
Bro, so like that's what I'm saying. Like it gotta be where you at, because you could go to Georgia and get fucking. From what I know, from what I've heard, Georgia got big ass houses and it's cheap. You feel me? But then I come down here, it's the same thing too. Like that 500,000 could take you a long way. Me, I'm a person like Archie. I will buy my land, but then I've also looked up that shit. That same 500,000. I could buy my land and build a fucking house for the same 500,000.
Yeah, look the same as a $2 million house.
Exactly, my boy. So that's why I'm not paying.
Well, that wasn't the option.
Well, he said
a $2 million house and a $500,000 house. He ain't say how many bedrooms. He ain't say land space.
I'm just saying, it money wise, which one would you spend?
5.
All right, 5.
Yeah, like
because if I have 10, I'm spending the 5. My car is probably gonna cost $2 million in total because I have like 10 of them shits.
Oh, all your cars.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not buying no one car for $2 million.
You just said my car. You gotta say cars.
No, I said cars, bro. You know me, I'm not just buying one car.
Check the tapes.
Look, I honestly what I do, man. Like I said, $500,000 house. I think what would give off people that I had some money was I'd be driving in something badass. I always something nice like a fucking Raptor, or I have a Raptor and a 4Runner.
Come on, bro. We in the oil field. Niggas drive that shit to work every day.
Not everybody.
Look, first and foremost, I like his humbleness. The man said a Raptor.
A Raptor.
Raptor.
I like Raptors.
I like that. Because it's like $100,000 car.
And that's the thing. You don't look at a Raptor like, it's a truck. Not knowing this man just spent $100,000 on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But my thing about this is, man said a Raptor when the Raptor, like literally speaking, like you said, the company man owns a Raptor, or even just the Derrick hand owns a Raptor.
But look, what I'm saying is, I'd keep it cool, because the thing
have
is,
more money than all of us at the end of this shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. You talking about Raptors? I was thinking bigger than that.
I'm talking about getting 10 cars.
But look, that go back to what we said. Niggas get rich and famous, and now next thing you know, everything changed. now motherfucker got diamonds in his high tops and shit. It's like, whoa, that is too far. Like, why you got diamonds on your shoelaces?
Listen here,
shoes clanking and shit. You wearing sneakers and shit.
My whole thing about this is my car list will go crazy. And there's really 6 cars that I want.
Mine won't, but
But my whole thing about diamonds in your shoelace, I ain't that stupid.
Wait, you said shoelaces?
Bro, for real.
You forgot Uzi Vert had a diamond in his
big old gym, and got it surgically put there.
And they had to take it out.
That's the stupidest shit I ever seen.
That's what rich people do.
Yeah, nah, that ain't what rich people do.
That's what stupid.
You know what I thought, bro? what? As soon as he did, I said, somebody gonna come for your head, bro.
Yeah,
that's a fact, bro. That's just
stuff. Yeah, go to the wrong neighborhood. Go to somewhere in like a third world country where motherfuckers can't eat real well. Boy, you ain't making it back.
Oh, you better go to the stage and take a helicopter right back home.
Yeah, drop in on the helicopter. Tell them do a circle and then come right back. I got 3 songs.
Perform in the air.
Don't touch shit.
But like, nah, for real. I think for real, like because I don't want to. I want the money. I don't really want the attention. You get what I'm saying?
I want my money in peace. Like,
yeah, I ain't never been the type of dude that really care. I care about attention. I like walking in a room feeling like that's why I say the dress thing. Like, let's say going out to dinner, you know what I'm saying, or going to a show or something. You walk in and they're like, damn, that ain't fun. You know, you see them looking and like, damn, okay. I like that type of attention. Yeah. I don't want the, damn, you see his house? He got the biggest house on the hill type shit. You know what I mean?
So check. Me and Tazz talked about this a couple of times. When we get money, I plan to pull up to an Aston Martin deal because that's my dream car, an Aston Martin. So I'm pulling up to an Aston Martin dealership.
Something fancy.
Yeah, I'm pulling up in a vest and basketball shorts. Yeah, and somebody better send me an Aston Martin when I'm ready, bro.
I've always said this. I always said, yo, if you ever plant money in my hands and I got a good set of money and I'm going for it, because for me, like one of my cars is the Mercedes AMG GT 4-door. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to say, yo, I'm looking for it. Let a motherfucker come and tell me and start laughing. I'm going to look in this, who is really serious around here? In my basket, in my sweatshirts, and I'm gonna make sure I have a hole in it because you're gonna look. I'm gonna buy this shit.
Don't shave. Don't
bro, you gotta look bummy as hell.
Early, just a little bit.
Crust in your eye
and scratching your shit like, like, yo, I'm looking for
a little ash on your lip. Yeah, you gotta go in there looking just crackheadish.
I'm looking for the newest motherfucking head because you know he about to be blessed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bless somebody.
Today. Yeah, because they gonna learn like, yeah, don't judge a book by its cover, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I pay in all cash.
You know what? For me personally, like, all seriousness, if I had to get money, the one thing I always looked at was, and it goes back to like wrestling thing, like with Matt Hardy. The man got 42 acres. The man got 42 acres for himself, him and his family, and whatever the case may be. And it's just his shit. And I look at that as like, man, if I had the money, real shit, buy my property. Buy a property, buy some houses for my kids to make sure that when it's time for them to get older, they got places where the fact of them is they come back and go like, this is my house. Mm-hmm. They don't have to worry about struggling about looking for a place. They don't got to worry about, you know what I mean, certain things like that, because you know why, this is bought and known for them and wherever they want it is. And that's my thing with it. You feel me? Like I said, besides the cars.
For real, look.
And that's where I
think about doing some shit like this. Get about 10 acres. Some good land, fertile land, you know, and just nice land, close to it ain't gotta be too close, like hour, maybe 30 minutes away from some water, right? You know, but some decent land, 10 acres. Use about 3 of them for my lot where I want to put my house. So that leave me with
7 acres.
7 acres, maybe 2 acres for my mama. You know what I'm saying? So what that give me, you know what I'm saying?
Still got 5.
5 acres. Another 2 acres for my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Another 3.
And then the rest
for your kids.
For my kids. Y'all all get an acre lot. Y'all build your own shit. You either can build on it or you can sell it back to me.
Whatever you want.
You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. But when you get 18, I'll put this shit in your name. But then you can sell it back to me.
That's
you know
a true shit,
if
bro.
you want to. Then I'd rather give you the money for the land and you go fuck off, do whatever you're gonna do, or you build your house here and I help you do whatever you're gonna do.
That's what I feel like.
Have your own little commune area, you know.
On some real shit. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm gonna do me. Like I always said, I got my, like how people collect watches. For me, I always said it. I'm gonna collect cars. And you feel me? To me, I always said it, when I could buy a Rolls Royce and I could buy that bitch 5 times, because that's what I've always heard. It's like when you're buying something, you want to make sure you can buy that shit 5 times, because you know you got
it. Track, like shit.
We all are, but we try to make it there.
But I couldn't afford my car once,
bro. Same thing. Same thing. God damn.
Tell them they need to give you 2 more picks.
Yeah, for real shit. But also real, you know what I mean? That's why I've always seen it, you know what I mean? Because to me, I've always said that that's my goal, to leave. Now it's the 4th house, you know what I mean? So I got to really work hard. I want to leave. I always say I want to always leave my kids something, and it's always, to me, is leaving them a house. Because at the end of the day, how I've always looked at this is that the one thing I want my kids to always I don't want my kids to ever feel is homeless.
Facts.
You feel me? And that's where I've always been at it. Like, this is why, if anybody didn't know, Tyler the Creator, this is why we do.
This is why we do the shit we do.
This is why we do what we do. We work as hard as we is, and on this podcast, on our music, and even outside of this, on our jobs, is we have our own goals and aspirations. Where, for me personally, is making sure that every kid that I got is gonna have a house for themselves, so that they don't have to understand the struggles of being homeless. Because I already understand that shit twice, and I'm not doing that shit again. And where I'm at with it, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm gonna keep striving for where I'm going for, and that's why that my kids is the goals of why I keep doing this podcast, why I keep doing music, why I keep striving to get bigger and better, whatever the fuck I do, you feel me? So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, so on that, about, you know, you not letting the kids being homeless, there was always that conversation about, you know, kicking the kids out, or, you know, no, I'm sure we didn't, I don't know any of y'all experienced
Kicking the kids out the nest?
Yeah, as soon as they go off to college, or, you know, as soon as they turn adult.
Nah.
Now they gotta, you've heard the stories of people making their kids pay them a certain amount of rent for staying there. And, you know, this is the parents that's doing this. So they either making them pay to stay in the house, or kicking them out and telling you on your own.
Well,
now,
go ahead.
Now, I always said, like, for me, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna, you know, give them game, like the shit that I learned or experienced, to help them to be better off on their own when that time comes. I did say that probably around, I gave them until age 25 to really get their shit together.
I say 22. I'm with you on that, because I'm like, as long as you, for me, it's like, because I went out on my own at 17, you know what I'm saying? I had to, you know, leave where I was early, right? 17 years old, I realized, like, 17, 18, you don't know shit. You're still a kid.
Yeah.
I fucked up so much, you know what I'm saying? Throwing in the responsibility, which is okay. I guess it taught me early, you know? But at the same time, my goal is to take it a step further than what was allotted to me, you know? And I want my kids to be able to be like, look, I would tell my kids, hey, as long as you either A, got a job and you working towards something, and like, you don't gotta be perfect, like in between jobs, whatever, you can still be here, right? You going to college, you can still be here. But around like 22, that's when I'm gonna start being like, all right, brother, look, I think you done saved up some money. Yeah. I think it's time for you to start venturing out. Because me and your mama want to walk around butt ass naked. Oh yeah, you grown. I already know. Like, I would be. Yeah, you grown. Yeah, we grown. We want to do grown folk stuff. So get the hell out. You know.
I gotta wait 18 years to do that shit.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think 22. I think it's a solid age, because, like, I don't know any. When I was in my 20s, there wasn't much you could tell me, and like 22, I think 22 is a good number, because, all right, 21, you still young. 20, you still young. 21, you still young. You really just getting out there in the world. You really just getting out there in the world. 22. All right, it's like, all right, you know, now you start kind of locking in on what you really, you like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I see myself doing. All right, now, launching pad, motherfucker, go.
Do what you gotta do.
If you ever need me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Your room gonna always be here. But, you know what I'm saying, after 22, I'm expecting you to start being like, you know, I don't want to be living up under my daddy rules. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they start smelling themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I can't,
I feel like something else. Like, when that start happening, then, you know, you might start to push them out a little, you know.
To me, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You gotta be strategical about it, I think.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, be an ass about it, but you still gotta let them know, yo, time to get the shit together.
I still walk in the room with the belt over my shoulder, like,
yo,
what you doing, boy?
What you
Daddy,
doing?
I'm 22.
I'll whoop you up.
Yeah. No, that's it. Bro, I'm about to tell some shit.
Story time with Uncle D.
I remember the time, this is when I realized my mom seen us as adults. This was back in Grenada, right before he was coming back to New York. My brother, I do not remember exactly what he did, but I guess he, like, shoved my mom a little bit. Like, he said something. Mom asked him what he said.
But he kind of death wish.
That's a fact. Shoving your mom is crazy,
bro. Like, I'm laying down on the bed.
I'm surprised he's here now.
Well, this is what happened. The interaction happened so quick. So, mom's asking. I guess he asked him to do something or said something to him. He said something back. Shoved her. It wasn't nothing crazy because I looked up. All I seen was an uppercut connect. That's the first and only time I seen moms actually put hands on us. Every time it was like, you know, whatever she grabbed. Bro, the fastest uppercut I ever seen. Like, I didn't know moms could move that fast.
Bro, you said, wait a minute.
Bro, wait a minute. So Flex was there too.
Damn.
Flex was in the house. I don't know. He was in the room. Next thing I seen him outside the window looking in.
I think I'll be with him too.
I
stupid shit.
I jumped off the bed. I separated him. I was like, bro, what the hell is going on? I had to push him in the room. And
he changed his ways, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. That was the last ass whooping either of us.
Yeah, damn right. You see a man get uppercut, you gotta start rethinking life.
Moms walked off. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I've been keeping that one. I've been waiting on that one. Yeah, I just been. She had that bitch loaded up, bro.
You would have thought she was a professional boxer, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
boy, cause y'all don't know my life. Yeah, I'm your mama. That's what you know me as. Yeah, low key, I used to get in their business back in the day.
See what happened? What he was wrong was he did this. He should have never touched. Like,
bro, as soon as it wasn't even though she stumbled, it was touch. I was like, yo,
she was fed up, bro. Mayweather speed.
You know when he used to say, "Yo, you hit me first, I can hit you back." He just did. Boom! Like, damn. Like, he probably said, "Damn, what the fuck happened?" Like,
yeah, this one of them. You freeze framed it. You wonder how I got here. Let me tell you the story. Yo,
changed his life forever. The man say, "What? Momsy, I'm good."
Let me go back a couple of days ago.
You see, goddamn, bro.
And I ain't gonna lie, me and my brother did things that we deserved them ass whoopings.
I think we all did. Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna go into detail and that shit, but you know, we all did.
Yeah, there's times I think about it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's times when I was young and I didn't want to follow no rules. I thought I was grown, so I was doing grown folk shit up under people's rules that, you know, I should have been more respectful about. So yeah, I can understand, like, damn, bro, like, nigga, you want to act grown? Okay, what's up? You know? But at the same time, I'm like, man, the nigga was dumb and young. God damn, you know, it wasn't like a nigga was really doing anything, you know?
It's life, I ain't gonna lie, it's life lessons. When I look back at it now, I'm like, damn.
It's all funny back.
It's funny now.
When you look back.
Because I always find it's funny because when the fact of the
it's terrifying when you're in the moment.
Yeah, that's different. But I always look it's funny because the fact of the matter is when you could talk to your parents about the shit and they laughing about it and you laughing, like,
yeah, it's all jokes now. Like, I don't
it's all
nothing.
Shits and gigs.
I think that's the podcast Tyler talking about.
No, them boys funny.
I'm just joking.
I ain't gonna lie, nothing them boys do is about facts.
I'm just joking, man. I was just joking. I wanted to see what y'all was
I was like, wait, bro.
No, I was just joking.
Say, better not be coming for shits and gigs.
Yeah, they got serious here. Y'all see how tense it got. Lord,
the UK boys, they do their thing.
You would have heard a pin drop in this motherfucker.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie, since I didn't answer it, when it comes down to before we did all the bullshit.
Yeah, we would.
How did we get here?
No clue.
But when it comes down to it with my kids, I agree with it. Like, to me personally, it's like, because let me take a step. My pops always told me, if anybody don't know, I always refer to my pops because that guy, he always gives me words of wisdom and makes me think about a lot of things. And that's where I get it from. 25. But if you don't get your shit together by 25, you really got to question yourself, what the fuck is happening? And that's the truth about it. You know what I mean? Because 25, I feel like what he's talking about, by 25, you should be able to figure out what you got going on in life. Because that's what a lot of people do. When you think about it, college, you go from 18 to 22, 21, depending on when you start, on whatever case may be. By 25, you should be established in a point where the fact that matters, you either got a house, because we see it. I'm not going to say it's not present in our own views that we don't see. There's a bunch of people out here that's 26. Like I said, when for me, it's like a short story. Went to New York. Guy was 26 years old. His name is Joe. Shout out to Joe from Tennessee. You feel me? The man has his bachelor's degree. 26, he's about to be part of SpaceX, and he's about to get his master's. You feel me? Like, I feel in that situation is like when my pops was saying, by 25, you should understand where you going in life. You know what I mean? You should understand what your path is, what your goals is, what you're trying to set yourself. No matter if you go to school or not, because for one, I come from a Caribbean background, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to say a lot of us in the Caribbean background, especially our parents, went to college. They made certain decisions, certain sacrifices. You know what I mean? My pops made a lot of sacrifices I ain't going to talk about. But he made his sacrifices. My mom's made her sacrifices to make it where they at today. And I ain't going to lie to you. Me, personally, I look at them as one of the most successful people. Credit-wise, home-wise, on all that type of thing. I look at them and they are my, the echelon of where I got to pass. Because, you know what I mean? The things that they've done with the amount that they've done and what they have to obtain and what they had to do going forward, you feel me? It makes me look at, like, that's the way I want to reach and surpass, so that my kids could have a goal to surpass me type shit. And I haven't reached that goal yet. Close, but not there yet. So to me, I would look like 25 is that age where I will start asking my kids, like, if they're staying with me, I get kind of where people are doing the rent thing, because some people do the rent so that they could build that up for their kids, so when they are going on in life, they could give them that money back and go like, hey, here's the money.
That's if they doing that.
That's like, if they're doing that,
saving it to give it back.
But also, in the reality of things of it is reality. You're an adult now. If you are staying here, you're technically turned into a tenant. That's what some people are doing. You're technically turned into a tenant. You got to help out. Because at the end of the day, you are in the household, you are eating the food, you are using the electricity. You got to do something. You got to come through.
I seen this video not too long ago. It was this mom, and she was like, "Man, I'm trying to figure out. My daughter think I'm tripping, but like my daughter got her first job. She like 17, 18, and she's like." She took a little bit. She told her daughter she gonna need a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so her daughter got mad and was like, blah, blah, blah. You know, how 17, 18 years, like, you taking my money? Da, da, da. So the mom is like, man, groceries ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? You in the bathroom with the lights on for an hour, getting ready to go out. You know what I'm saying? You know, you using this, you using that. And all that's coming out of my pockets. Because because, you know, some people ain't middle class. You know, some people are poor working class, right?
Yeah.
So you grow up in a poor working class family, like, yeah, like if you're gonna be here, you're gonna have to help out. Like, bro, you like, I get it, right? On some level where it's like, yeah, I wish we were in the position to do this, but you know what? We struggling as your parents, and you helping out a little bit might help us.
That's facts.
Just giving us $300 might just help us out some, you know what I'm saying? They help us feel not with, you know, but on some level I also feel like that ain't your kid's responsibility.
True.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm of two minds of it. I'll put it like that, you know what I mean?
I think how I look at it too, man, that's real shit. If you, say for instance, you don't go to college, because I ain't gonna say I went to college, I never finished college. But after a while, to me personally, is like you trying to figure yourself out. But it's the real world of the situation. Because if you sit down here and think about it, even if her mom's is doing it in a way is like, hey, you're here, you got your job, okay, cool. It could be a learning curve. Because on the real shit about it is, your landlord at an apartment ain't gonna give a shit about what the hell you got going on. The electricity bill, no matter who you with, you know what I mean, over here, Encore, whoever, they'll turn your shit off. It's a responsibility thing. To me, sometimes I look at it, I'm not going to say for every family, I'm not going to say for everything, but sometimes is that learning curve where it's like, all right, cool, you got your first job, you're here, you're doing what you got to do, blah, 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 but this is the requirements here, because after a while now, you really do got to me, it's like paying your way in a sense, because that also teaches your kid, like, how I'm looking at it as when you go out and you get your own apartment, I may be charging you $3, but that landlord might charge you $5, or he might charge you $8. You feel me? How are you, based off of your thing, you got to learn that going into the real world, that you have bills to pay. I may be charging you $3, and that $3 is covering your rent, that's covering groceries, and that's covering electricity. But in the real world, your rent may be $3, your freaking electricity may be $150, and your groceries may be $2. You gotta understand that this is how the real world works. Like, I get it, this is your first job, and I give you a leeway, but after a while, you gotta understand this is really what it is. I'm showing you what the real world is in a minuscule way, just to help out here, because in the long run, when you're on your own, it might be 10 times different, 5 times different. You feel me? And I get it, you know what I mean? To me, how I look at it as, to me, I was like, yo, when it's their first job, let them enjoy it sometimes. Let them really enjoy it. Let them understand what it is, because first and foremost, tax is going to really give them, when they understand how much they're getting out of taxes, they're going to realize, like, what the fuck is really happening? They're really taking that out. But after a while, to me, is like, show them and talk to them and let them understand, like, yo, this is what the real world is. I'm gonna prepare you for that.
On some real shit, like, this is kind of like what I want to do with my kids. All right, so like as soon as I can, right, start teaching them the value of $1. Mm-hmm. You got to work for this. You don't have to work for it. Because when they 17, 18, and they ain't never had to work for nothing, and now they working, and they proud of that check. They working they working at the mall, and they getting a $800 check. You know what I'm saying? They proud of that $800, right? But you start them young, right? Chores, right? Oh, you do your chores around the house.
Give them an allowance.
Here's an allowance. Mm-hmm. You build that up. At the end of the week, I'll give you a little something. You know what I'm saying? But just remember, you know what I'm saying, you have to work hard for this. So you go out there. But then couple that with also teaching them about savings. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I think that's one thing that would have benefited me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Most people. And it's something like start teaching them about finances young, right? So that way when they is 17, 18, I don't gotta hit them with the hard, like, hey man, you can be like, man, look, you got everything you save, you want me to hold, give me your money to hold. This is your jug, or this is your, what's it called? Look at all that money in there. I see 5s, I see 20s, I see, bro, now you getting ready to leave, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Now you ain't hitting them. Because I also feel like me as a grown man, I shouldn't be in a position as a grown-ass man where I'm telling my kid, you gonna have to help out. You know what I'm saying? True. I feel like as a grown-ass man, like no matter, look, and I get it, my situation ain't like other people's situation. But I feel like as a grown man, I should be from the time that I laid down and made them kids to the time that them kids getting ready to get up out of my house, my situation should have been bettered in some shape, form, or fashion, right?
Okay.
And like on some level, I feel like, look, I cannot blame for the situation I'm in. That's not my kids' fault. You know what I'm saying? I brought my kids into this world. It's my job to get my kids to be better than I am.
I'm about to play devil's advocate.
Okay, let's run it. Let's do it.
So, I hear what you're saying, but for how long? Because, like we said before, you said 22. Mm-hmm. So, what happens if after 22 they're still here?
They won't.
No, I'm just saying because we got to be honest about it. Like, because at the end of the day, there's kids that, as they grow older, some kids are either afraid to leave the nest or they get comfortable or whatever the case may be. Would you have that same stance if they're 22, 23 and they're still here in your house and they're working, they're going to work every day, either 9 to 5, oil field, whatever they're doing, but they're here though. They're eating your food, electricity, all that. After a while, that's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. That's why I said it at 22. Right? I got a moment. Right? If you blow past 22, now I'm gonna start treating you like a tenant, because like at the end of the day, I'm gonna talk to you. We're gonna have this conversation. 15, 16. I'm gonna tell you. You got to 22. You know what I'm saying? You go to college, you work. By the time you're 22, you should be out of college. Yeah. You should be like, all right, pops, I done went to this school. Matter of fact, I like living in Seattle. I'm gonna live in Seattle. Or I like living in Colorado. I'm gonna live in Colorado. Whatever, you know. 22, or the other route. You 18. You from that. I've been working since I've been having an after school job and this and that. I went straight into the workforce after high school. I've been saving. You've been living with me. You've been fucking off your money this whole time. You graduated at 17, 18. You 22 now. You ain't got no money saved up. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause I done helped you out. I'm gonna help you out along the way. As long as I'm giving you this point, and as long as I'm helping you out, I'm gonna help you buy this car. I'm gonna help you do this. I'm gonna help you do that.
That's what I'm saying. At that point, would you sit on there and go like, okay, I'm gonna start charging you?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit. I'll be like, look, I told you 22. All right, look, I may give them a grace of 23, right? But also knowing my kids. But look, knowing my kids. You knowing your children, you don't know. You gonna see that that's some bullshit. Like you trying to play me? Like
you got too comfortable.
Yeah, knowing your kids, you'll be like, look, bro, I can see where you going.
Yeah,
you ain't doing shit, bro. So look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you gonna stay here, you gonna stay in this house with me and your mama, nigga. All right, I'm gonna tell you, you gonna get. If you ain't got no job, you getting up every day. You getting up at the crack of all the shit that I can't got no chance to get into.
With it.
I ain't got no chance to get into it. You doing it. If you ain't got no job, you moving shit around this house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I get off of work, your ass, I should be able to sit on my ass because you done got everything done. And unless it's some shit that I want to do, right? Number two, right? You got a job. All right, you got a job. You leaving in the morning when I'm leaving in the morning, but you still in my motherfucking house, bro. When you had all this time that I gave you, yeah, I'm taking a chunk of that. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Now because just like I gave you 22, your brothers and your sisters, they experiencing this shit. You getting that same fucking experience. And the only difference is I love you. So I got a little bit of grace for you, but the world out there, your brother and your sisters, they ain't getting that same shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it's either get with the program, or cause sooner or later you gonna get tired of my shit. Cause you know what I'm saying? That's the strategy. Make them tired of your shit. They like, God damn, man, fuck my pops, man. This nigga getting trippy.
22. Hey, all doors gotta be open. I don't give a fuck who your guest is.
As soon as your 23rd birthday hit, yeah, I'm taking the hinges out this bitch. Yeah.
No doors.
Hey, you live in my house. This is the rules.
This is what's going on.
I need this dough. I needed to put an extra dough in my office.
The only door in the house is his bedroom.
Yeah. You don't use that room. Hey, look, that's a guest room. We got guests. What happened when your grandma come over? She needed dough.
We gotta put the dough right there.
I ain't taking that dough. Your dough. don't be doing shit in here but stinking up my house.
It's like, it's sturdy anyway. Like,
Goddamn, when you last did laundry?
You don't go in the garage, like 6 doors just piled up.
every door, go in, go out.
The only room with windows in there that got burglar bars in that bitch. Yeah, nah, I'm just putting these bitches up. Yeah,
No sneaking out.
Hey, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, I'm like lights out at 9. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
22.
You pull up at 9:02, you locked out.
Look, they gonna find a way to sneak outside. As soon as they crawl out, lights.
Where you going?
Yeah, loudspeaker. Hey, I see your ass.
You think I don't know what's going on? Security camera everywhere.
Goddamn, Pop. Yeah, they be like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
But take the battery out of their car.
But the thing is, because I don't. It's not about being cruel or whatever. It's about being like, look, bro. One day I ain't gonna be here.
Yeah.
You gotta get used to living a life without me. You know what I'm saying? Because me and your mama or me, whatever, we ain't gonna be here forever. If you fuck around and we coddle you for the rest of your life and we fuck around and die on you, you screwed. You screwed. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna love you like we love you?
What's the fact?
The world gonna hit you extra hard because now you don't got no type of skills or survival skills. You don't know. You don't understand the value of $1. You don't have no concept of reality because me and your mama have sheltered you your whole goddamn life.
See, that's why I say what I say. Like, I feel like I'm not, like I said before, I'm not saying everybody do it, but that's why I feel like when people do ask for, because after a while, excuse me, you can't sit up there and expect for them to get comfortable, because yes, you at your parents' house, but it's just like everything else. Like, nature of life is sometimes you gotta leave the nest and make your own nest.
Motherfuckers better be glad we ain't birds. Nigga, as soon as you start flapping a wing, get your ass out.
Go! Fly, bro, fly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like when a lot of people do it, like, it's crazy. Hit it. Fly. But that's why I say I feel like why a lot of parents do it. But to me, I agree with you. At 17, 18, let them enjoy that. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I understand that not everybody's gonna do college, not everybody's gonna do what's it called. They still gotta figure that out. But to the extent of it, it has the limitations. Like, if now you pass 21, 22, 23, now you're still here. Okay, cool. If this is what you decide to do, now you gotta help out. Because at the end of the day, like Archie said, when it comes down to it, you gotta understand there's gonna be a point in time where we're not gonna be here. You know what I mean? Our clock is over. Big man upstairs said, time to come home. What are you gonna do then? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you need to learn how to be on your own and be efficient on your own, how to handle these things. Some people don't get it, and I see that. But when you're a parent, is sometimes you got to teach that, or sometimes you got to do the hard lesson and really do the kick out. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, depending on how far you go, but it all goes on the regions. Because like I said before, Midland is different from New York. In New York, you kick a person out, they're liable to be more homeless than it is to actually get a home. Because New York's too expensive as fuck.
I was like 22, 23. Went from rent free to $1,500 a month.
Facts, it's different.
See, look, when rent was cheap when I went out, boy. As soon as I was able to get an apartment, it was $800.
It's $1,500, and I moved in with my wife.
$800. Look, I was 18 years old, paying like $850.
See, I saw luxury when I got down here because I already knew what New York was offering me. I couldn't afford what New York was offering me. Came down here, I was like, shit, $850 for a two-bedroom apartment. Shit. Sign me up.
I thought they were tripping when they went to 12. I was like, these motherfuckers trying to steal every penny.
Oh yeah, come to New York,
bro. I was 15 right out the gate.
I'm about to say, yo,
and it was for a 1-bedroom.
Yo, you can get a decent little house.
I'm about to ask a random question.
What's up?
It's very random. This doesn't have nothing to do with our kids. This have nothing to do with shit.
All right, we gonna switch it up.
It's gonna be switch up crazy because it's something that's been popping up on Facebook, and I've been realizing that these videos been popping up, and it's more geared to the men because it's kind of on the gay spectrum of the shit.
The gay. All right, go.
What?
Yeah. And it's funny. To
I don't want to hear no hear me out.
Nah, ain't no hear me out here because I don't got that.
Hold on.
I got sent the
These
video.
New York niggas, man. They shit,
Nah, don't say that, bro.
I got a video sent to me and I wanted to ask a question.
Oh, Lord.
I got the video asked.
We need
I'm scared to
context.
know what you're about to say.
Because relax. Because the first video, me and Archie saw.
Wait, multiple videos?
Oh, don't implicate me in nothing.
You was there.
Don't implicate me.
The first video was the
Take West Texas Bash to a whole other level.
It's episode 25, man. We gotta go live on this one. But the first video that we saw was the whole. If they was offering you 20,000 for back shots, how many back shots would you take? Right? Then I got another video that said if I don't know why, but I'm gonna take the color out of it. And they say if a man offer you $1 billion to suck his dick for 5 minutes, would you do it? So my I know this is ill-minded Tazz on some different shit. Go to New York and come back different. I'm asking y'all.
Who sent you these videos?
I ain't gonna disclaim no name. For either or, would any? I'm not even gonna say how much would you do it. Would either of y'all do it? Because I already said no for me. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Would either of y'all do it?
Bro, I'm not sucking nobody dick, bro.
No. I got morals. I can't
Either
sell
one.
myself
Don't
short
matter,
for
bro.
that shit. For no money. For money, no.
The reason I'm asking that because I ain't gonna lie. When the videos came through, I'm like, niggas really turn gay. No shots, but people really turn gay. Men turn gay for when money's involved. Because even with that $1 billion conversation,
be thinking about this
the
shit.
comments came in, and one man said in the comments from what was said in the video that old boy said, "Yo, you gonna have to pay me $1 billion to suck, $1 billion to fuck, and you gonna pay me another $1 billion not to stop fucking your ass."
What? Nah.
So,
Bro. Alright, look.
shit is good.
But I think they taking the
See, when they
term
said-
"get it by all means" a little too serious.
Nah, they watch too much The Price is Right.
Yeah,
Bro, even with the $100,000 on the back shot, homeboys was saying, "Yo, bro, the numbers is crazy." Them numbers was crazy on the fucking shit because it was like somebody was talking about 50, then it went up from 50 to 100.
You shouldn't even want one. What are you talking about 50?
Look. The thing is, I feel like, man, the world we live in is
I think
so
these dudes that saying that is
demoralized.
already on the DL. They just found a way to say like, yeah, let me.
Look.
I could say this, but it won't sound.
It won't sound as crazy. Look, I also look for real though. There's people out here who like, man, that money, that dollar bill, that amount means everything. That means I could be everything I ever wanted. If I got that, why you think? Even in the hip hop industry, why you think there's the conspiracy of motherfuckers getting popped in the, you know what I'm saying, for fame?
You niggas be bisexual.
Because people will do it. People will do whatever it is. If that means they gotta be like,
give me a number.
yeah. I don't. There's some people I don't
Ain't
care.
no number,
My reputation. Fuck my reputation. I want that money because as soon as I get $1 billion, what you gonna say about me?
That's what happens.
What you gonna say about me?
When people have no shame. That's it.
No shame, no morals, no type of that old school saying. Stand for something, fall for anything. That shit's for real, man. Like a lot of men nowadays they ain't got no morals. In a lot of ways, like what you stand on. Like everybody like talking about standing on business, but nah, really, what you stand on. Like, man, look, no shot, man. Look, the thing is, if you a gay man, go get your paper. Go take as many of that shit. But as a man who sit there in my, man, come on, bro. And it's not like, you know what? a person, because you pretended to be something you wasn't for a long time, and then as soon as some money came in the equation, that flip switched real fast, bro.
That's a fact. Like I said, and then
the fact that you said you want to bust it wide open for $1 billion, bro.
He never said bust it wide. He never said.
So what?
First and foremost, I'm going off of the video.
What else is gonna be?
The man said he never busting it wide open. He said he gonna bust the other motherfucker open.
That's even worse, bro.
But here's the. I'm going off of the video. This is the logic that they're saying.
Oh shit!
Right? The logic of it is, if you don't got gay intent, it don't mean you gay.
You keep your socks on. You say no homo the whole time.
Every stroke, no homo.
No homo. That's what they saying. The man said you
we
ain't
might get we don't monetize anyway.
We can say whatever we want for now.
Listen here. Shout out to I've been preached because they say whatever the fuck they want, so we gonna say whatever the fuck we want on Lyrically Acclaimed. The man said what he said. The man said, yo, if you ain't sitting up there thinking that you had some intention behind it, on some gay intentions behind it, you ain't gay. The man said I could suck a dick if he wants to, and he ain't gay. The man said he could go ahead and pop a man in his ass. He ain't gay because I could be straight as hell. I don't know. I don't believe in that.
But when the hidden video pop out, then you gonna
first of all,
regret your actions.
If you had to
remember who Bobby Valentine is,
bro. Shit.
That's all I gotta say.
Shit.
Mic drop.
Bro.
Yeah.
All I can say is, to me, when it comes down to that video, I don't give a fuck what y'all tell me. If y'all gonna sit up there, it doesn't matter how much money's on the table. I ain't doing that shit because my dignity and my pride, I ain't gonna fuck. I'm not gonna sell myself for none of that bullshit. I'd rather earn it the right way than sit up there.
The only way I will respect you as a man is if you say, look, hey,
this is what it is.
If you say day one,
if you say that's what you wanted,
that's what it is.
I'm for everything.
But if you say,
all right,
it's
bro,
not
I know
gay.
bro gonna do it.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, go. Hey, you do it, and then give me 10 grand of that. Yeah,
take one for the team.
Shit, send something to the table. But nah, if you, bro, because like I think,
to me personally, I don't like on some real shit. I don't respect it because at the end of the day, like I said, you selling out yourself for bread, and at the end of the day, bro, it don't make sense.
And you want to come back telling everybody you straight now?
You can't tell me that because at the end of the day, you did something that you like morally, like Archie said, morally, it wasn't you. But because they put a dollar sign on the table, you rather turn because there's a dollar sign. You shouldn't be able to turn because of a dollar sign. I respect those that is part of the LGBTQ community because that's who they are. You feel me?
Go get your money.
Go do what you gotta do. In that sense, do what you gotta do. You feel me? But I respect those that is that. If you sitting up here doing this for bread, bro, I don't respect it. Like, honest or real shit. No, I don't respect that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I had to ask a question because it was funny to me. I was like, man, there's a bunch of, like, it's crazy because the videos that you see more and more when people are asked this question, and then you watch the people that's actually answering this question, and you go like, nigga, aren't you on hood, nigga? Like, what the fuck you doing? Like,
man, let me ask you this.
This is the one that came up. It was a woman that asked it, and she just said 1,000, and people were still saying, yeah, I'll take
crazy.
I'm like, 1,000?
1,000. So
do you not make 1,000 in a week?
Yeah, god damn. Yeah.
Yo, the morals is different, bro.
Hey, bro. I guess if you that broke, do what you gotta do.
Nah, bro. I don't give a damn, bro. No.
But, all right, look. This is the real question. I think. So, same questions you said, right? But a motherfucker hit the briefcase, 2 briefcases, $1 billion right in front of you. How long are you thinking about before you say no?
You only got 10 seconds.
You go contemplate it.
Hold on.
You be like,
to suck a dick? Or to do anything of that?
They got the money right in front of you. How long are you looking at that money like?
You either sucking it off or you taking a hit.
I ain't taking shit.
No. Look, how long are you looking at that money like, damn, I might do fuck.
They ain't no looking at it.
So look, every 10 seconds.
They pop the briefcase opens in front of you, duffel bag. They like, look, the money real. You go.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
Every 10 seconds, he adds a bag on top.
I don't give a damn. Keep adding, bro. Like, I don't care, bro.
I'm gonna say first, as soon as that shit leave your lips, no,
bro.
He throw a bag on the table.
No.
2 bags on the table.
No,
It's all right.
bro.
But how are you gonna look at the money? This is what I'm getting at. You looking at the money like, damn.
Because
Like you question.
Nigga, I'm gonna cry going out the window like, damn, that's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, my moral, how I am is like, I ain't sucking no man dick for shit. I ain't taking nothing up the ass for that either.
another off thing. Like, so let's say you walk away from the situation, go home to your wife and kids. You know, you're gonna tell her about it. What do you think your wife's reaction?
Motherfucker, you should have sucked that dick.
Sit down there.
You
and
should
tell me I should have sucked that dick.
You should have sucked
Get the
that
fuck
dick.
out the house.
You know how many late payments we owe?
I don't. Yo, I'm sorry. If your wife come and tell you should have sucked that dick, you need to go. You need to go. You don't know me. You don't understand my morals.
You know she would have. I wish it was me.
You're damn right. I wish it was you. At this point,
I could have taken the hit.
it makes sense.
We could have went to counseling after. I would have healed.
But me doing it? No.
For real though, like for real. All right, let's switch it up.
You gotta think about
your
it.
girl show up, briefcase full of
that
$1 billion, right?
All right.
And she
I'm
said,
stopping you at the door.
and she said,
I'm stopping you at the door.
Now it makes sense. I will sit down there and plead with mama like, listen, bro.
But she hit you with the look. I had to take
Your
know
girl
what I'm
do?
saying?
Oh, you say if my girl?
Yeah.
Your girl pull up home.
Oh, I thought he said if a girl came with a briefcase.
No. Your girl pull up to your house. She getting down a blacked out Escalade with a briefcase with a lot of money, and she walking through, hair all fucked up, wobbling and shit.
Jesus.
Coming through the door, and you like, what the fuck? And she's like, look, babe, I gotta talk to you about something. Motherfucker walked up to me and said,
We talking outside. We can't go inside with this. Stop it right at the front door.
Wait, bitch.
Hold on. The black Escalade peeling out. Go on.
Yeah, motherfucker got the window down with a cigarette out.
All you see is the back window roll down a little bit.
So I'm asking, what would be your reaction? She sit there and be like, look,
No, of course she got to explain herself.
Yeah.
Because one, you look like I know what the fuck just happened. You don't gotta tell me. I know what the fuck just happened.
yeah.
But
The cigarette in the crack window.
That already explained everything. I love you. Just letting you know. But I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What she said?
What?
I got 10 million.
Damn,
But
that
this
went
is
from
what
$1 billion to 10 mil.
Is that what you said? I don't know.
You said
same scenario.
Same scenario, but it was
bill.
your girl that got
A
off.
bill.
A bill.
We're going to therapy for a long fucking time.
So wait a minute, let me ask you this. So look, we as men, it's okay for us to tell our girls we'll go to therapy, but your girl telling you should have took them back shots is fucked up. That's fucked up.
Hold on.
You're gonna live with that shit for the rest of knowing that you took them back shots.
But your girl gotta live with that shit too, though.
First and foremost, here's the thing.
But your wife ain't gonna look at you the same, bro.
Hold on. Here's the difference.
That's true.
Here's the difference. We said no. She said yes. That's a whole difference.
But see, to me, again, on a moral standard.
But on a moral
like, bitch,
it's
your
gonna
pussy
be on
worth
some-
that much?
bro.
That's why I can never please your ass.
This is crap.
Hey, this is one of those adult.
Don't look.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how I feel about it. I ain't gonna lie. You see, the difference of it is, to me, how I'm looking at it is a man trying to give me back shots versus a man trying to give a woman back shots.
Not just a woman, your woman.
I understand that.
All right, so look, let me adjust it. Let me adjust.
To me,
let me adjust it.
It'll be the same.
Let me adjust it. Let me adjust
We gotta keep the price.
You with your girl out in public. Motherfucker walk up to you and be like, I give you $1 billion to crack your girl.
I'll punch that brother.
No, we scrap it. I don't care.
But it's different because your girl's by herself.
Nah, I'd rather it.
What is this?
She come with the money, and I see the money.
I don't know, bro.
Because right after, like,
why you doing this? So lyrically,
look, I I'll tell you right now, bro. I'd rather her walk to the house with the bags of money, because we're not spending that money on nothing but therapy right now. Until we heal. Yeah, until. So I don't care if we got to spend the whole damn 10 mil, bro.
So you
said a bill.
Well, we using all that motherfucker.
All right.
That's a waste of bread, bro.
Generational wealth. All your dreams come true.
Broke.
Motherfucker be like, look,
said
all
until
your
we
dreams
heal.
come
Once we
true.
heal.
What the fuck would you do?
Yeah, he ain't answer shit yet.
First off, if my girl walked up to the door and was like, I got this money, well, bitch, go and keep it. Excuse me, I'm saying the B word a lot. Girl, go and keep that.
There ain't nothing coming at you on TikTok.
Yeah, I already know.
Talking about
don't
your girl,
clip
not
none
your
of
wife.
these.
They gotta listen to hear this shit.
When it comes to Archie, it's like, he ain't saying his girl, it's his wife. Why you gonna say girl? Why is not your wife?
I see that.
So, girl, wife, I'm from the South. That's in the chain.
We got the fellas in the comments.
Just like,
we be paying attention.
Yeah, look, my girl, look, it's a moral thing to me, right? It's like, damn, so what we got has a price tag on it. So I thought me and you loved each other. You know what I'm saying? If a girl walk up to me, you know what I'm saying, and offer me the same thing, you would still be in here losing your shit.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's not about the money at that point.
Let another woman near me.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even smile.
Me and
a
that girl
woman that smiles,
I can't
smile at
smile.
me wrong, bro. And that bitch make minimum wage.
You would think we smiling Batman out here, bro. What the fuck?
You get what I'm saying? So like,
listen here, I had a winking problem, and my girl was like, you out here winking at every girl?
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I'm saying on some, because I already know.
You know, the crazy thing for me is the fast food girls, bro. They always giving me extra food, so my girl think I'm doing something to get the extra food.
I like how we have.
It's hard to defend that, dude. You be like, I
like how we have
extra nuggets.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Wow, why she give you 6 extra nuggets?
Ask for a 10 piece, I get 20.
Yeah.
Go like, baby, we eating tonight.
We got extra.
That's the other one. The stout.
No, oh shit, you put it right.
You want to try one?
Try the stout, bro.
All right, I'll try the stout.
I
forgot you had this.
Try the second stout.
I keep grabbing these shits lightly because them shits blowing.
It was because they was hot. You know when you take glass and you make it extremely hot and then make it extremely cold.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie
It
to
blows
y'all.
up.
For everybody that's watching this, y'all gotta love Lyrically Acclaimed because we out here doing stupid shit. And
Hey.
we like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, we ain't liquor connoisseurs, but at the end of the day, when something new comes around, you know what I mean, we gotta pause the conversation just for us to admire the drinks that we drinking so we can have these conversations. You feel me?
So this one, what? Jamaican dragon stout?
Yeah, it's like Guinness.
It's like Guinness. I figured. This smell.
You giving me something like Guinness, bro?
Cheers!
Hey.
Gotta drink the dragon.
No. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen tonight. I got work in the morning. Oh shit, I got work in 3 hours and a half. 3.5 hours. I gotta go to work.
We might need to wrap up, bro. We've been talking for a minute.
Well, look.
This has been fun, you know? Episode 25, we hit a mile mark.
While we on the topic of sexual shit,
First and foremost, I ain't gonna lie.
Father's Day passed.
I ain't gonna lie. We kind of cut that conversation short, but you know, morals over everything. That's the whole story.
That's what I believe. You don't gotta believe that.
But morals over everything.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I would really do if that's
Relax. Morals over everything.
If you want to pimp yourself out or your girl out, that's up to you. It's 2025. I don't know what type of kinky shit y'all got going on.
Morals over everything.
Morals over everything. Yeah.
Go ahead, Uncle D.
Treat your wife good.
Damn right.
What? That's not a good thing. You don't
Let's
treat your wife
from that part. Not before.
Starting there. Yeah.
Love your wife.
There you go.
All right.
Happy wife, happy life.
Is it?
All right.
We ain't going there.
Getting in the weeds here. That's a conversation for another episode. Because I was just saying something. We'll save that.
Maybe episode 26.
They're gonna be like, oh, Lyrically Acclaimed and became the Manosphere. They became bros now, podcast bros. They're red pills. Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to that shit. Oh my god.
Don't ever put us in that fucking situation.
Oh shit! All right,
We just having conversations as men.
Yeah, that's facts. We just having conversations, bros, and it's 25. You know what I mean? You gotta have fun on the 25th episode.
So, like I said, we haven't had to record for a while. Father's Day passed. I mean, this is something that's come up a couple times. Well, not a couple times. Just like it's a yearly thing. Why we keep accepting sex as gifts?
Because we're men and we love sex.
I get that, but why is it a gift?
I don't think it's a gift.
If we fuck throughout the year,
Wow. I ain't gonna lie.
is that not it?
This Dragon and this Ginger got this man on a different and we fucked
I was about to say. I don't
We fucked
accept it
throughout
as
the
a
year.
gift.
I know.
But why is it presented as a gift?
I think women think
Yes,
it's a
it's
gift.
always not. Look, listen here. Excuse me, baby. I love you and everything you do. Okay,
You got too personal on this one.
but it's not personal. I'm just saying. Like if she decides, I'm not gonna turn it down. But I just want to know, why is it a gift?
To me,
And it's always on the special occasions, wrapped up nice. You know,
That means
lingerie, buttered up skin.
Well, it's hard to
We
turn that
see?
down.
Because you're not gonna question it.
buttered up skin
Your wife
goes crazy.
Your wife comes out.
Because usually you get it here, motherfucker. Damn, take it, yo. You be like, damn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She actually wanted it.
I like that shit.
Nigga said, "Here, take
Sit
it."
on my face. Why you give me this stop, bro? I didn't need this shit right now.
Yeah, bro, the man
had
said
two
2 sips.
Bro, we finished a bottle of.
Relax.
I got work in 3 hours.
All right, look. I'll put it like this. Let's say it's like my birthday, and my girl like, well, I wasn't able to give you nothing, but we can do some extra freaky in the bed. You know what I'm saying? But do all that nasty shit you like to do. It's a good like alt gift, like, you know, like a alternative. Like, yeah, you weren't able to buy me nothing now, but you gonna let me wild out? Bet. Okay.
You see,
What you got?
I'm trying not to go into detail.
You don't have to.
No, I'm not. I gotta remember not to go into detail because
You better remember.
Yeah, just keep it
PG.
I might not be able to make the next episode.
Well, I think we.
See, when Jesus Christ, focus, Dylan.
We ain't on drink champs. We get relaxed.
Yeah, when the freaky shit is a normal, it's like, what more can you do? As you know, when that's offered, is basically, you know, you've experienced this throughout the year, whether it's as a, you know, on special occasions or regular day in the week. You're doing
the freaky shit.
Everything.
So look, bro. Look, I get you.
Like the freaky shit is a normal thing for you.
I'm gonna give you this. Look, what's water to a fish? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What's hay to a cow?
No, don't get me wrong.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm not saying I get where he's coming from though. Like if you're doing
what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead.
If you, it's just it's there, right? Like I had somebody say, man, what's coochie to a man who can get it anywhere? You know what I'm saying? That ain't special. You know what I'm saying? If to me, and this is just the way my brain's working with it, right? Mm-hmm. If we doing all this shit throughout the year, our sex life is just top tier. Mm-hmm. You should know that shit. You know, I mean, what else you gonna do for me except some other shit, right? But like, at that point, you got to start being like, man, I know my man. let me do something. Let me give him some space or something. Let me, you know, like at some point, like, yeah, man, you can't just keep a nigga whipped with cooch. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Because that's what women try to do. Which, sorry, ladies, but that's what women try to do. They try to put that thing on you to make you forget all the crazy shit. You get what I'm saying?
But I can also get where you come from, because at the end of the day, it's like, if we doing all this shit throughout the year, you can't come and give me the same shit
for my birthday.
Because it's like, if we already wilding out already.
We did this 2 days ago. Yeah, like
exactly.
I'm kind of bored. I'm really in here like, all right.
About to get killed.
If you don't see another episode after this,
you already know why.
I'll be doing podcast by myself.
Shit, I'll be the first one missing.
Like, to me personally,
my girl don't watch. So I'm lucky.
Not either, but you know, for some reason I feel like it'll just randomly pop up.
Yeah.
You talked about how you don't listen to this shit.
This will be that one episode. Just
The
episode 24.
the first episode she decided to listen to.
I'm gonna go see what they talking about
this week.
The whole front part is, that's normal. What? The first hour was cool.
I'm gonna give my girl a warning label.
Yeah, don't listen.
Because she actually listens. So I'm gonna give her a warning label. But for me, I'll look at it as, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of, to me, when it comes down to those days, if you ain't doing freaky shit, then that's one thing. Like, all right, cool.
Step your sex game up.
Yeah. But also, to me, I also look at it as, sometimes, bro, you don't have to be the freaky shit. Sometimes I feel like, yo, show some different appreciation. Because I looked at it as Father's Day when I got a mug that said best dad ever. That was actually cherishable, because I drink out of that beer mug all to this day. You feel me? Sometimes that's what it is. Like, I feel like for us, like for me personally, I ain't gonna say for us.
My girl, what my girl does for me, right?
No, I'm not doing
You don't want no sex, bro?
No, I got that all Christmas.
Look, what my girl does for me.
Goddamn.
Relax, I got it.
For Father's Day, what my girl does for me, right? My girl, she'll let me just be me. She let me play the game all day.
Facts.
Without nagging. She don't ask me the normal shit. You know, cause like some days it's like we going through the day and she needs this, she needs that, she needs help with this. Father's Day, it was just quiet.
I think that's,
and I appreciate that more than anything. You know what I mean?
I really, like, my wife took me out, and I was like, all right, cool. It's not like it's not somewhere we ate before, so it's not like a regular thing we already did. It's somewhere she found somewhere new we never been. Took me out. We had a nice outing.
Hell yeah.
You know, I like that. I can appreciate that.
You know what's funny?
But if it is with some freak shit, that's a plus.
We ain't saying that.
Just don't get me there.
That's not gonna be the only thing.
Yeah, the freaky shit, and then you yelling at me for the rest of the day.
Let's do the freak shit at the end of the night. Let's end it off great.
Yeah.
But I think it was last year. It kind of felt, it's crazy enough, it kind of felt weird. The reason why I say it felt weird, not the freaky shit. I'm talking about like, it's not the freaky shit.
I had a pinky in the butt, huh?
I'm talking, never that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what he said.
Preparation.
Relax. We ain't going down this route.
We might need to cut this bitch.
Hold on. Let me say what I got to do. Let me say what I said. Wow. What I'm saying is, it felt weird when the fact of the matter is, like, out of all 365, that one day that you get to yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, that happened to me last year. Where the fact of the matter is, I think they left the house and it was just me in the house, and I got to play games and I got to just chill out. And to me, it kind of got, it's like, what the fuck is really, it's like one of them things where it doesn't happen normally. So it was like, what the fuck is really happening right now? Until you realize it was like, oh, they gave you that time for you to be just chill out, drink your beer or whatever, because I had a case of beer that I didn't even buy either. Like, it was just kind of weird, and I was like, okay, but it's like is when it hit in, it's like, where the fuck is the whole family at this point? They left, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. So it was like, it kind of felt a little bit weird, But I also appreciate it because at the end of the day, it's like you've done a lot throughout the year. You know what I mean? You work your ass off, sometimes coming in 2-3 o'clock in the morning based off of the job that I do or whatever. And the one time that you actually got to sit down and don't have to worry about shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Look,
And well, with this Father's Day, I took a road trip with my kids. So yeah.
I honestly think some women offer up their body as a gift is because some of them don't have nothing else to offer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's look at the age we live in. Look at the world we live in today.
That's facts.
What is commodity online?
Pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They like, I know what to get them. I see his Instagram. I see this and that.
Nothing but big titties and fat ass.
Yeah, I see the movies and
That's not what I got, but
but
go ahead, continue what you're saying. Because I don't know where we're going. We're gonna leave that way.
I don't know where we're going here. Continue, Archie. What were you saying?
I'm a little befuddled. But
25 is a hype ass episode.
yeah, this is a crazy episode.
With no Denzel.
But I do think it's some women don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some women think that's all they gotta give you because that's all they've been giving you, and you've been doing everything and this and that for them. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, we gotta think about this too. Like, no man, no matter what it is, like, yeah, you might want something. Your woman come out butt naked. You ain't telling her no.
Definitely fresh out the shower, smelling
fresh
good.
out the shower.
She walks straight into the room.
As soon as the leg touched down on the carpet, I'm there.
Yeah, she be like, "Come here," and you in a different room.
Come here.
Yeah, and you walk in and
It's a different situation.
It's over.
Yeah, them boys. There's times I'm gonna ghost on the game, didn't shut the shit off. I'm just gone.
Oh,
except for one, bro. We ain't gonna talk about that.
We got
shout outs to Brody. He know who he is.
We ain't gonna go into detail, but
I ain't gonna lie. The one thing I would say to the women out there, bro, sometimes it ain't really hard. Sometimes it's very simple. Like we said here, you know what I mean? Just a time just for us to be men and just sit down there, play the game, probably listen to music, watch the movie you want to watch.
Give a nigga a back rub.
That too, you know what I mean?
Bro, that should be magical.
Yeah.
Facts.
We like being pampered too. The
Like,
fuck?
damn right.
Yeah. I like you be clip a nigga toenails or something.
I don't know about all that, bro.
I don't mind. Get down there. Get the fingernail clippers out.
I'm okay.
I'm okay with like, I'll try to.
With me and feet, I'm not gonna do that.
Nothing wrong with feet, bro.
Yeah, if you keep them
I
clean,
don't like it.
you keep them clean.
Listen
I bathe every day. My girl shouldn't be scared.
Nice pair of feet out the shower, bro.
All right. Wait a minute. Turn this way to another. Like it is a boop, boop. Yeah, that's what it did. It definitely.
If y'all
I don't know where this episode's going.
If y'all still tuned into episode 25,
If y'all still here,
Y'all didn't cut out after
we appreciate
your
you.
viewership.
I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the, for all our viewerships out there, this is one of the wildest episodes, and I'm glad because Brody and all of us inside here doing this shit. You feel me? I'm gonna say something though. Because Uncle D got a list.
A list?
Yeah, y'all got a list. For all y'all women that think that men can't do, because what we just said here, you feel me? Like at the end of the day, just like y'all do, we do like to get pampered in a way. You feel me? And then there's nothing wrong with that. As a man, we work hard, just like y'all work hard. I ain't gonna take nothing against y'all. Y'all work hard. Y'all want y'all back rub, even though sometimes it leads to something different. But y'all want y'all back rub. Y'all want y'all time.
Let me stop you there. The back rub was my move, bro.
Relax.
Shit.
But
let me give you a back rub. That back rub.
We all know what that back rub leads to.
Lasts 5 to 10 minutes.
That's what you're supposed to learn first day. But how to get laid in school.
But at the end of the day,
shit.
With the ending of that back rub towards y'all, I think all of us is having a good time. You feel me? You ain't mad, I ain't mad. We out here sleeping nice. But what I'm saying is that the fact of the matter is, as men, we still do like them times where the fact that we feel like, we are cherished and appreciated, or whatever the case may be. But, Uncle D have a list from certain, I like to call him the white noise of this situation, because it's not all women. There's the white noise of people that feel that, you know, what men shouldn't be allowed to do, which is crazy out here. There's a list for us, my boy.
It's a long list.
Listen, it's a long list. I
heard there's like 200 on one list.
Yeah, there's 200, but I ain't going through all.
I don't understand why y'all coming up with this fucking list, bro. This is wild. What's up?
Look, I'm only giving you 10. This is too much. This is too damn long. The first 10, basically what men can't do, or I guess what gives women the ick.
The ick is crazy. If you come up with a list, I ain't gonna lie to you. You would think.
Before
go ahead, do your thing.
What do you want? I want to guess what the first thing on the list is.
Nah, go ahead and say it.
Don't smile or be happy.
All right, cool. I don't need to hit the other list again. That's fucked up.
That encompasses everything, bro.
That's like the whole list.
I can't like shit.
I can't be happy in life.
I can't like nothing.
Nigga said can't
I can't
smile.
show any enjoyment.
Nigga said
my favorite football team just won.
Yo, this would go like, yo, I got a raise.
Yeah. Niggas,
The fuck is that, bro?
women,
like
that right there lets me know some people don't understand
Extra $500 on your check, but
facts that they gonna spend. Like, that's crazy,
that shit going straight to nails.
bro.
straight to nails.
I can't say
Oh,
nails.
food. You know, my wife like food, so I already know where it's going. Ain't hair no nails. It's food. So go ahead. What's the next one? That's not crazy. That's number one.
It's stupid.
That's crazy.
We already giving women the egg. We done smiled too much.
We done laughed a lot.
All the baddies like, ew, skip. Oh my god.
That's why we at where we at right now. I'm happy, bro. Fuck yeah.
Number 2, don't be truthful.
You want
Don't be truthful.
You want me to lie?
Yeah, they want you to lie, bro.
Lie about what?
Everything.
But I'm pretty sure don't lie is on their list too.
Hold on. I'm just giving you the first 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
If you tell me don't be truthful and then lie, it's crazy. That's a contradiction. Go ahead.
Don't tie your shoes.
What the fuck you? I have to look back. I said, did I tie my shoes?
I knew something was up. That's why I started buying Hey Dude.
What's number 4, bro?
Don't walk downhill.
What the fuck you want me to do? Walk backwards? What the fuck?
Walking down hills
It's crazy, bro.
Damn.
What's number 5, bro? Because I ain't gonna lie, this game more fucking stupid than everything else.
Don't be born in a certain month.
What the fuck?
Or listen to country music. I don't know why. I don't know why the two. Wait, yo, somebody really hating, bro.
Hold on.
They say don't be born in a certain month or listen to country music.
First
That's
of all,
5.
What's the month though? Because
No. They just said don't be born in a certain month. So it doesn't matter what month you're born in. They don't want you to be born, bro.
If you ain't born in the month they like, you fuck.
First and foremost,
horoscopes. That's why.
Yo, that whole horoscope. We
But
can't
hold
talk
on.
about that shit. That shit is bullshit, bro.
Hold on. The only thing I'm gonna say is because, you know, for me being a Gemini, because y'all like to fucking hate on us Geminis. The fact of the matter is, I feel like that comes for us a lot. For Geminis, and I think it's what, Virgos?
Yeah, they can't stand a Virgo.
They can't stand a Virgo man, a Gemini, no matter what you is, a man or a woman, because for us Geminis, we just that, we ain't it. So
I heard Cancer was supposed to be emotional.
Cancer. That's what I keep hearing.
I mean, I was
Cancer.
My girl.
I am Cancer, yeah, but you know, I was emotional as a kid.
She is emotional as hell.
Right now, I'm quick to cut people off. I don't give a fuck.
Facts. What's number 6?
Don't have a birthday.
What the fuck is this? Yo, go. What's number 7? I ain't gonna. It's fucking stupid.
We running through it.
Run through.
Go ahead.
Whole print.
7. Don't get a cold.
Don't get a cold.
Yeah, don't get sick, nigga. Be tough.
What the fuck you mean? Number
8. Don't fall over.
What? Number 9.
I ain't gonna lie.
Don't
It
trip,
is
nigga.
crazy when you see a full grown ass man hit the ground.
We know a guy, but we ain't gonna say his name.
You be like, God damn.
Shout out to you, Brody. You know who he is. I'll send you this fucking video.
You be like, damn.
How, my boy?
Yeah, it's funny. You're supposed to have center gravity.
Whatever woman wants this next one, y'all nasty.
What's that?
Don't bathe.
Ugh. Men ain't supposed to bathe.
See,
No, fuck that.
I see what, because there's shower and there's bathing. But I don't care. I do both.
like a tub,
like a bath.
I'm soaking. I don't give a fuck what you think.
You keep me in a fucking hot tub bath in my if I had a hot tub in my bathroom, I wouldn't even realize. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck
shower. Yeah.
You gonna see me missing for 3 hours.
I'm be in there, candles lit. So
listen here. I'm gonna put this out there. For me personally, I don't give a fuck what y'all think after this. I'll take myself a soak. I got a wife. I don't give a fuck. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna do me. She accepts me for who I am. That falling over shit crazy though.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been a minute though since I took an actual bath.
That's a fact. It's been
like I get in. I'll be in the shower for an hour.
No,
like I ain't soaked.
I'll be in my thoughts though.
Yeah, when you're in the shower, you got a lot of things to do. I'll be sitting there with just like yeah.
We don't gotta
explain shit.
Yeah,
I ain't soaked in a minute though. Like
facts, you was just on some relaxation shit.
My wife be telling me I should take a soak. I'll be like,
see, and half y'all white noise is talking about taking a bath. You see, his wife said take a soak. Y'all something different. That's why y'all single.
That's why y'all. I'm glad you said it.
Why y'all single?
Y'all expectations is insane.
It's crazy. Cancel culture's on our ass.
Yeah.
We gonna be here in episode 26.
What's the next one?
Don't have a hobby.
The fuck am I supposed to do when I'm bored?
Yo, this is crazy, bro.
My whole time should be you and you and you and nothing else.
And why she have a hobby, I can't have a hobby.
She get to go out and eat seafood and drink mimosas and shit, but I don't get to do nothing.
I can't say go to work and come home.
Why? What's number 10?
That was 10.
That was 10?
Yeah, we done, bro.
Nah, you gotta keep going. What's number 11?
11?
All right, we'll go 2 more, man.
Yeah,
we gotta wrap up, though. We do gotta wrap up.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Uncle D gotta go to work.
Yeah, we gotta get him, man.
I do gotta go to work.
Yeah, we
Uncle
gonna have
D
to
sound like he don't want to go to work.
I mean, I was off for 3 days.
Look, what we'll do these reactions as the replacement for.
All right, I'll give you the next 10.
Okay.
Next 10. Next 10.
Speed round.
Speed round it.
11. Don't carry a bag.
12. Let's go to 12.
Don't watch football.
Wow. 13. This is really just tell us not to live at this point.
Don't breathe.
Whoa. 14.
Basically, yeah. It
Not to
don't matter
live.
what they say, though.
Don't live at this point.
Friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Well, I can see that. I can see that one.
Yeah. Don't be
shoot
shooting
a
your
nigga.
homeboy.
I mean, for this whole list, that's the only one that makes sense.
Yeah. Don't be shooting your homeboy.
Don't shoot your homeboy out here.
That's crazy.
What is that?
What is that, 14?
Don't miscount.
All right. Then
Don't mess up counting.
Yeah, don't miscount.
They like to miscount a lot. 15.
No, that was 15.
That's 16.
16.
Well, I guess I miscount.
Don't have emotion when hurting yourself.
Suck a dick. 17.
So I ain't supposed to be like, ain't nothing.
Cut yourself.
Hey, ain't nothing but a pinprick. Whole arm off.
Matter of fact, they said no emotion. You just was stone face. Just
that cut down.
Oh, my arm fell off? Yeah, it happens like that sometimes.
It's real shit.
They want you nonchalant about everything. Type shit. Yeah, my arm fell off. Yeah, type shit.
It's real regular.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah.
don't use a trampoline properly. What the fuck?
What's the wrong with it?
I don't care how old I get. And I'm going to look right into the mic.
Nigga said don't be bouncing on this bitch.
I'm going to look right into
You get it? You just stay right there.
Just stand in the middle of the trampoline if you want to go on the trampoline.
I don't care how old I get as a grown man. I see a trampoline.
I'm bounce on it, bro.
I'm jumping on that.
Facts. What the fuck?
I don't care how ick that looks to you.
What's number 18? What we at, 18?
Yeah, we at 18.
What's 18?
Don't skip a step.
I heard a lot of people out here frolicking and shit. Like, I don't know. What's number 19?
Don't test any yogurt.
don't test any yogurt.
Why are we testing yogurt?
That's a fact. Like, what the fuck?
Wine testing. Maybe you go to a yogurt.
If I buy yogurt, I'm eating the yogurt. Like, I'm testing the shit. Like,
I want to know if I like it or not. What the fuck?
They probably don't want to see you with the spoon in your mouth. I don't know.
Stop playing devil advocate right now. Nah, fuck that.
It's probably the spoon. Like, you looking into it, you enjoying it too much.
You enjoy. Why are you licking that spoon like that?
They really said they want us to breathe and be happy.
That's where I kind of like zoned out. Like that nigga can't
Just
breathe.
die.
Just die.
Just you being here is it,
up, bro. We in that 20?
Don't sit down or wear a seatbelt. I'm done with this list.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Well,
I think this is the end of the podcast.
Yeah, it's been a good one. We done did this one. This is probably going to be our longest podcast.
Bro,
I'm not mad at it.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is. I got a phone in front of me. Yo!
Yeah.
All right.
It's time to cut it.
Yeah, we got to go.
So, all I could say is this.
I told my wife I'd be home like 2 hours after I left, but
wow. All I could say is this. For that, based off of that list,
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. For those women that don't go off of that list, I'm proud of y'all, because at the end of the day, as men, we gonna be who we are, and we gonna live life. For y'all to tell us not to live life is crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, this is episode 25. I think this is one of the wildest episodes that we ever done.
Before we close out, after everything we done said today and all the stuff we talked about, and definitely the way we ended, thank you to the women out there who accept your man for who he is and you love him no matter what.
Yeah, that's
the reason. Yeah, and that's the reason why we love y'all.
That's a fact.
So thank y'all to the real ones out there who ain't out here, being extra. We know we get on y'all nerves, but that's also why y'all love us too. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you to all y'all fans that keep tuning in to us. You know what I mean? With our crazy ass selves and all the guests that comes in. I want to thank y'all and appreciate y'all, because you know why we do this for y'all. You feel me? And we continue to grow every week, every time we come out here. You know what I mean? We try to do better for y'all. And we gonna present something like this. You know what I mean? This is one, like I said, this is one of our craziest fucking episodes.
Yeah, we didn't do too much music talking.
That's a fact, but we have fun with it, and that's the whole point of it. Tyler, the creator, but we had fun. We had fun with it. This the point of it. You know what I mean? Just to have fun with it. And like I said, we stated our opinions on what we had to, but we had fun with it. We talked about a lot of things on this one. And I'm gonna say this, we gonna continue doing what we do. We're gonna sit up here as Lyrically Acclaimed. We're gonna sit up here, state our opinions, and let y'all know what it is. You feel me? Based off of us, not off of anybody else. We're gonna take what it is as facts and what they claim it to be, and we're gonna make it our own opinions. But at the end of the day,
you got any final thoughts?
It's time to go.
That's a good final thought.
You feel me? Hold on.
I ain't drinking no Henny.
Oh no, I'm just tapping y'all up. Oh, but you know what? Good night, y'all.
Hold on.
I thought we was gonna drink something to end it all.
We got one more ginger wine on Sunday.
Yes, please. I
don't know. You feel me? I thought we was good.
This was actually nice and chill.
We actually chilled. You feel me? But I'm gonna say this as an ending note. Tune in. You feel me? Your boys is back. Yeah, I know we've been gone for 2-3 weeks now.
Life hits.
Life hits, and we're back.
We always gonna pop back up.
I don't know why that shit just keeps spinning.
I'm looking at you. I'm waiting for you to open the damn thing. Like,
it ain't popping, bro.
Can I see it? Rather just crack the shit open.
Am I wrong?
If you get glass, you get glass.
Wow, that motherfucker just spinning, bro.
See, this is another thing they're gonna add to the list.
Can't open the bottle. So that man, I saw that boy Ilman Tazz can't open a fucking bottle.
Bro, what is going on?
You got a faulty bottle or something?
I don't know.
It said I ain't supposed to be open. You need a pair of channel locks.
That's crazy.
Let me see.
Go ahead, Uncle D. Black Bear in the building.
See, now that you put pressure on me, I gotta.
If he
First of all, I ain't gonna lie. There's an episode on Alba and Preach. I'm about to say, if you don't open that bottle, I could refer to it.
The whole
thing spinning.
Yeah, the whole thing spinning.
Might have to just get creative.
Get creative, bro. Because
we gonna be here for another
20 minutes trying to open it.
We just added a bunch of shit to their list.
Using a key for a bottle. Ew. Like shit.
That's crazy.
It's okay. It was just Butterfinger.
Fuck, bro.
My hand's sweaty. Oh, don't have sweaty palms.
I don't got time for that.
You know what? I guess we ain't drinking this shit tonight.
Alright, guys.
Can I get a carrot blue? Yo, just pass me a beer.
Alright.
And we'll tap up on it. Send me a Carib on that one. Shout outs to Trinidad and Tobago and Carib and all the Caribbean. I think so.
Never looked at where that shit was from.
I already wanted that ginger wine too.
I really did. Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta tap up, bro.
Yeah,
tap it up.
get him a little get a taste. All
Because
right,
we take a toast for the end.
Yeah.
That's why y'all love us. You know what I mean? We do shit just sporadically. Yo, one love, one power. You feel me? Peace out. What's up?
The way I spit hits harder than an hour later. Y'all soon call me the new rap assassinator.